Take it a day at a time. I used to wait, but I'm making it mine. Was at the bottom, but able to climb. And look how I rise up. At the top, you gon' find us looking refined, not how you defined us. Can this peak at a moment of silence? This time we'll find out. I give it my all. I said my moment is now. No laying around. I put my stick in the ground. Just so you know, ain't no mistaking it now. Forget what you make of it. Got my eye on the prize. I'm taking it. Got the fire inside, ain't shaking it. And I'm turning the tide, ain't changing it. I'm the main event. This my moment. Yeah. How do I sound with it when I hit the ground? 100-mile finish. My moment now ain't no mouse in us. I'm on the prowl and my style fitted. My time, give me high fives. Get a picture of the wise guy. What's a wave to a high tide? Never stop when you my size. Man, this my, I said it's my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it. Man, it's my moment. Man, it's my, I said it's my moment.
I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone. Can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know. I wanna know.
I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red.
I could run through the fire.
Conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red.
I could run through the fire.
I'm sturdy like a Millie Rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket, don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket, it sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. No, Russell Wilson way I get along and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no time, don't leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month and every February. Talking side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777. Couple of money in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can never change.
Yeah. How do I sound with it when I hit the ground? 100-mile finish. My moment now ain't no mouse in us. I'm on the prowl and my style fitted. My time, give me high fives. Get a picture of the wise guy. What's a wave to a high tide? Never stop when you my size. Man, this my, I said it's my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it.
G'day. Welcome to the Gauntlet Week 3. We are halfway through the competition. We are on the road to the finals, and I was originally going to be casting with Formal. I told him, God, you're way too American. Don't put me with you. And unfortunately, I've been put with Whoopsie instead. We got another American. How's it going, mate?
Doing pretty good, man. Excited to be back over here in Oceania. Thank you guys for having me. Super excited to see what you guys have to offer today.
It's Oceania. Let's get that Australian.
Oceania. I'm sorry.
Oceania. Yeah. We'll continue on. For those who don't know, who are new to Rocket League Esports or new to RLO, this is Rocket League Oceania's big tournament. It's $30,000 on the line every single week. We head through today the challenges, tomorrow the gauntlet, and of course it is a gauntlet format, so you have to run a full length of every single team. Number 1 seed waiting in the grand final already. That is Lockie's minions, whatever they're called. and onwards and upwards. Today with the challenges, we're looking for the final team for the gauntlet. Of course, it is a single elimination tournament. Every single match is elimination, and if you make it into the finals today, you will be making money.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants money. Money's good. I mean, that's half the reason why half of these players are here playing
That's
Rocket League.
That's the insight we brought you on for.
Exactly. I mean, no, but seriously, it's a lot of money at stake. I'm not too sure for how familiar I am with some of these prize pools that you guys have beforehand in the past, but $30,000, that's a lot at stake.
It's the equivalent of an RLCS tournament. Entire regional. So a lot of the line across 6 weeks in total. There's 5 weeks of this gauntlet competition, and then a gauntlet finals. So they are also playing for points. It's really important today that you do manage to get through your first round. Even if you didn't qualify all the way through today, you have the chance to earn yourself points, get into those finals, get yourself maybe even an advantage in the finals. That'll help you get the biggest share of the prize pool. But there is prize for these weeklies as well.
I was going to say, that's the biggest thing as well. You can't give up. You can't get discouraged. If we could flash like the points section real quick, you have to keep on playing for some of those points, because you can see yourself qualifying into into the playoffs later on, and you can't give up, because look at 11th, 14th place, you still get a point. Of course, you want to place higher, maybe towards that mid range, to start gathering up all those points and give yourself the best possible chance to walk away with some sort of prize pooling.
Yeah, I mean, you double your points if you beat a single silver ranked team, so you better be able to do that one. The standings currently sitting at the halfway mark. You kind of want to be in that top 6, top 7, I feel like, at the end of today. And anybody, Odium, who has been in both the weeks so far, Chiaroscurus, that's crazy, only in 1 week, managing to get 2 points. If they could jump a lot, they could get those 4 or 5 points today, put themselves right up there in that conversation, because if you haven't earned many points after today, you'll only have 2 more weeks to do so.
Unfortunate, but like you said, man, the standings, Quick Trip Pioneers, it's a funny name to me. Quick Trip is like gas station over here in America, so it's kind of like generic.
Well, it is an American org sponsored by, I assume, that gas station. So.
Oh, I mean, that's what I was going to say as well, I'm assuming, but like it just sounds so generic to me. But at the same time, I mean, it's Quick Trip. It's everybody knows who they are, and
I don't.
I mean, over here, that's what I'm trying to. It's so weird. Like I'm so used to like the back and forth with like the American stuff. So like we just know, Quick Trip. We know exactly what it is. But Gospel of Locky, I know who Locky is. Like you said, you guys over here in Oceania, you guys will praise him. He's a good dude as well. But yeah, Team Power in that second place is really surprising to me as well.
They've fallen short. They actually haven't won a single series yet. They were the team that actually won the trials. They got themselves the first seed. They won the hardest competition, I'd say, at the very beginning, the double elimination that had every single team. But since then, they've really struggled, and we've started to see some new teams bubbling up through all the roster changes that have happened in the off-season.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but Mr. Cheeseman, our first matchup on the day, I gotta default to you guys. I know who Reborn Titans is, and this 2016 playstyle squad, starting roster of Dreama, Husey, and Nasty. Over on the other side, the Reborn, Bans, Corrupt, and Cynical. 50%, it's 50-50 right now for the poll. I believe that was active on Twitter, but yeah, I mean, I'm kind of torn between the middle as well. I kind of want to lean towards that 2016 mentality.
Just to give you the rundown, but also Twitch chat the rundown. This is a Twitch chat poll. There's probably only been 2 people who voted in it so far, and we may get that updated as time goes on. But since you don't particularly know, and a lot of people won't know these players, in particular those on Reborn Titans, I don't even know Bans really. We got to see them have a really good performance last week. They went to Game 5 against Serrani in the first round. They had the hardest first round of anybody. So they've got that potential there, and they've got a better matchup at the start of this week. And we'll be getting underway. But yeah, Banzi, Unknown, Corrupt, and Cynical. We've seen a lot of them coming out from Ranked. We've seen great performances, and have some high expectations from them. And as you could tell from the name, 2016 playstyle, there's some old hats on that roster.
Well, I just assumed that was just the name of them, and that's the mentality that they're trying to have. But I mean, that makes a lot more sense that way, because I was going to say, full circle, Rocket League's kind of, developing back into more of a team-based game. Good shot right there. Be covered up, though, by Nas. But Rocket League is going right back into a team-based game where you're going more towards the passing plays, trying to open up a lot more passing lanes and shooting lanes and things like that. So that's why I was kind of trying to lean more towards that 2016 playstyle.
For those who maybe aren't aware or need some reminding, Husey has been pretty much competing since he was around 12, 13 at the in 2015, all the way back in the very beginning of OC Rocket League Esports, and he's still at it. He took a bit of a break for a while, it seemed, but he's been back on the horse lately and obviously performing quite well to be able to get into the challenges today. And Dreame was 1 goal away from qualifying for RLCS in RLCS Season 3. He was teaming with CJ and Jules, and they got reverse swept in the upper bracket. Game 5 overtime in the lower bracket. Never managed to make that RLCS.
That's unfortunate, but still have a chance to prove yourself here, right? I mean, it's exactly what you want to do. But that's such a good pass, but Husey just could not catch up to it. Nast had so much sauce on that one, but that was going to be the first opening goal, and unfortunately it falls to the wayside.
Fairly even so far. Not really knowing what to expect from the playstyles. I know they say they're 2016 playstyle, but we know especially I've seen Dream A a lot in ranked lately, that they have still stayed up to the times. They've continued on the mechanics. In fact, if you're playing like 2016, then you're losing. So we know that they've updated themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much a meme at this point in time. You know what I mean? Just still trying to cling on to that past and, make people recognize who they are. And, kudos to them for still sticking with it for this long in Rocket League. Corrupt, though, bringing this one up, and the flick is not going to find itself any sort of potential goal there for Reborn Titans, but still cracking at this one, still keeping the pressure on. Another shot fired away, and Nast is just there to deny him.
The defense coming out from the 2016 playstyle so far. The recoveries coming out and covering each other up. No double commits so far as we see one come out from Reborn Titans. Husey and Nast getting in front of each other a little bit there. And that can be maybe the tendency of Husey a little bit. He's very keen to be on the ball, even if his teammate may have a better time.
A little bit of trouble right here for Reborn Titans. They need to get this ball back towards the blue half of the field. They do just that. So I was going to say they started to look like they were running out of boost on their side of the pitch, but right back to work this 2016 playstyle. It's been pretty much just back and forth this whole entire time. Both teams have had some opportunities, but neither one of them have capitalized just yet.
And no crazy, scary opportunities just yet. Touches like that, Nas just trying to put on a shot and hope that the defender makes a mistake. Fortunately, nobody's really made that mistake thus far. Maybe fortunately, as the infield pass doesn't quite find Nast. We're seeing Nast, actually, as a player I haven't seen too much of, be quite the playmaker who's playing very aggressive, very first man, second man position, and it's been more of Husey, Dreamy hanging further back, which is a bit of a surprise to me.
Yeah, I was going to say that so far, for the most part, it's been Nast who's been the front runner, but he's also been doing it on defense as well. Has himself 2 saves already, and look at how cool and poised he is inside the box. And usually, typically, you see somebody, rush a shot or just rush to get that one outside the box. Here's an opportunity as well. Dream A's going to score it. What a pass off the backboard from Husey.
Husey end to end, really nice stuff, recovering off the backboard, staying behind the ball, seeing and looking at his opponents. You can sometimes get mixed up, constantly look at the ball and what your play is going to be, but Husey stays on the ball himself and lets his opponents come. That's what makes that goal. May need to be a quick one here for Reborn Titans to get back in. They only have 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, scoring late like this is definitely a good thing, but at the same time, you have to start being a lot more aggressive, which means you start to leave some opportunities open on the back end. Corrupt is there on the rotation, though. There goes Banzi as well, up to Corrupt, maybe trying to get a pass over. It is a floater, but still going to be denied by the defense. Here comes Cynical now, putting this one right back into play, trying to get something going there, but just running out of boost and couldn't catch up.
I thought he'd catch up for a flip reset. That's what I was hoping, but unfortunately, stay behind it, maybe look for an angle. Another chance here. Just completely blocked out from Nas. Look at the confidence in this young lad.
Yeah. GG's on both sides. That was such a good first showing right there. 2016 playstyle takes the first game, and it was pretty impressive to say the least. I would say, it was back and forth, like we said, for the most part, and I feel like it was split possession for the most part too, but there was a lot of missed opportunities, I feel like.
And that's when you need just one person to step up, and in this case it wasn't forced. Husey to step up from that back half. Dreamy just needed to finish off what ended up being an open net after Husey took out 2. And realistically, that was the one play that we saw where it was about beating members. I think a lot of the play of both these teams in this feel-out game, in the game 1, has been too much, okay, let's test the defense, let's throw a shot on. And I mean, I like it because we're not seeing all the mistakes. Usually in this first round, we've seen a lot of teams making mistakes at both ends, and it's been a bit of a messy one. But good, clean stuff so far.
I mean, yeah, typically that's what happens in these first games. I call them, stream jitters. A lot of teams don't want to really be too aggressive just yet, so they start to just, maybe a little bit nervous in the first part of this game, whatever it may be. But still, they don't want to overextend. They don't want to, take too many risks and too many chances. You're going to start to see the gameplay pick up significantly, probably in this next game here, whether it be speed or, I was going to say, demolitions, as Nast almost right on cue picks up that one.
Still some good aggression coming out as Husey goes straight for the shot. He He's famous for saying any touch can be a shot if it is towards the net. And in that case, I think that philosophy came out, because I feel like it would have been better to just hit that around, hit the backboard, wait for the follow-up from a teammate. It's never really likely to be a goal.
Oh man, I was gonna say this one had a chance. I think it was Cynical who had the double, just a little bit too fast off the backboard, but it turns into such a beautiful pass, and Corrupt so eager to put that one in, and just puts that one right back in the face of 2016 playstyle. So they go up by 1.
That's the power of hitting that backboard on that follow-up play. You know, everybody expects that follow-up player is going to target the net, and I won't give him too much credit. He may have been trying to hit that on target, but it was even more successful because it rebounded off for a teammate and opened up the net.
I always hate so much when people go, oh my goodness, he stole his goal, whatever, yada yada. But I mean, I feel like Cynical was just a tad bit too fast on that double. So I mean, kudos to Corrupt for being up there, being involved in the play, because 9 times out of 10 you usually leave that up to your teammate to go for that highlight reel finish and give them the benefit of the doubt. Speaking of which, look at Corrupt, just going to air dribble this one. No one contested it, which is surprising to me.
There was a contest that came out a little bit further on the right-hand side and actually stopped Corrupt from getting too many touches on the ball. You can see he was on the left side of the ball, wanting to move it. But again, I think that's massive credit to these players, and in that play, Corrupt, to recognize what the opponents are doing, where they are, and adjusting mid-air based on that.
I love that play right there from 2016 playstyle. They went for a fake. I think that was Nast, who went for just a flip past the ball that left open a shot right there from Dream-A. But defense read that one perfectly, kept that one out, and it's still a 1-0 ball game in favor of Reborn Titans. Maybe it looked like to add one more on to their lead as well. Cynical with the wraparound. Nast to bring this one up. One touch over the defenders. Husey has one-on-one on Banzi, and that one is going to be a goal. There's the equalizer. 2016 just put together a heck of a play.
Yeah, once again, the 2016 play style. Success from that back half, reeling somebody in. Reborn Titans trying to push up for the challenge. And in this case, it was Nast who got that nice little outplay in the back corner.
Yeah, kudos to them. That rotation was clean. They knew exactly what they wanted to do with that. Like I said, no one's really rushing any of these shots or any of these attempts. They're all very patient on the pitch, and for the most part, I want to say the defense is being respectable to a lot of this, which is just shocking to me, because typically what you see is a lot of teams just start to jump some of these routes and take away some of these passing lanes and some of these shooting lanes. But for the most part, I think it's just been some solid, clean rotations, and the opportunities have been striking on the lack of the rotations, I should say.
Touches around the wall. Trying to see the players look more towards possession, keeping control, dribbling. That is focused on just getting the ball past your opponent. The wall is always a good spot for that, because you can bounce it off, get it back to yourself, and it's also slowed the game down a lot, especially for 2016 play style. Oh, Husey was hoping to get further underneath that and flick it over the top.
Yeah, that was not an easy touch right there from Husey, showing off some of his mechanical ability in the clutch situation, but once again, the defense just standing tall for both of these teams, and that patience has been paying off, I think, for the most part on both defensive ends. Good job right there from Nast to try to bring that one up, and Husey towards the midfield line, just suffocating this defense a little bit by a little bit. You're going to start to see a little bit less of air dribble like this one from Corrupt, because he has no boost to kind of get this ball off the orange half. Really
important, though, for Corrupt to go for that air dribble. His teammate was being bumped behind. If he went for something a bit more risky to get his team out of the defense, maybe hit the ball forward down the pitch, his teammate wouldn't have had enough time to recover. So very smart, very good communication so far for Reborn Titans.
Final 60 seconds here in game number 2. 2016 playstyle, for the most part, I feel like has had possession on this orange half for about the last minute or so. Nast is going to try to hook up with Dream-A over off the backboard, maybe going for a double. That one just hits the awkward angle off the top of the ceiling, and water falls down. No one there to put it back, though.
I have a big problem with that play from Dream-A. He really had so much support in the midfield. All the opponents were back towards the net. And there's always that tendency in your mind, especially in a very close game like this, to want to hit a ball towards the net, to hit the ball forward. And so it didn't end up being effective. If he hit that straight up into the roof, cross, anywhere like that, I'm sure it would have been a goal.
Final 15 seconds. Gonna have potential overtime now. Corrupt off his own backboard. That's a good 50-50. Nast is there to put the pressure on. There goes Cynical as well. Bringing this one back towards the blue half off the side wall. That one's going to be denied by Nast and company. All zeros on the clock. Here comes Husey. Nast, 50-50 from Corrupt. Husey puts it right back towards center. And Cynical says, I've seen enough. I just want to put this one down. We're headed to overtime.
Board for Cynical. Both of his teammates were rushing back. It was a good position there for 2016 playstyle. And this is an even better position. Nast is going to get the support of the demo off the kickoff. They go 2-0 in the lead.
What a bump right here. Husey takes that midfield boost and utilizes all of it to get the demolition of the last man back. Opens up the net, and you didn't even have to touch that ball. It just finds its way in. 2016 playstyle has come to play. They're up 2-0 in the series, and more importantly, now they're on match point.
It definitely felt like Reborn Titans, their lack of experience, I would say, affecting them the most. That kickoff just not good enough. They committed 2 players forward to achieve absolutely nothing. That's why you saw a 2v1 situation. And, you know, Nast played that very carefully. Really good communication that came out with that demo. However, I think if there wasn't a demo, I still think in a 1v1, Nast is going to score that. He was in such a good position. The defender was in trouble. He had the option of an air dribble bump. He had the option to outplay. And it was just credit to the team that they end up slowing it down and just making it an easier demo attempt.
Yeah, on top of that, I feel like he was, I think it was Banzi, the last person back, was just in such an awkward angle as well. And when you're backwards like that, it's so difficult to kind of gauge what the defender is going to do, where they're going to place the ball. So, I mean, just a heads-up play all around from 2016 playstyle. The demolition is just like the chef's kiss, that cherry on top that makes the highlight reel that much sweeter, I guess you could kind of say. But like I said before, 2016 playstyle on match point now, trying to bust out the brooms in this series and walk away in a 3-0 sweep.
It'd be a great effort if they did, considering we saw Reborn Titans go Game 5 against the favourites Serrani last week. And maybe a chance to truly prove themselves in the first round, or maybe at least prove that Serrani are slow starters and need to up their game.
Yeah, Serrani's one of those teams I recognize just from being here in OCE a couple of times. Cynical looking for a double as well. 2 members. 2016 playstyle trying to stop that from happening. 30 seconds into this matchup, and looking pretty good so far for Reborn Titans as they apply this pressure on. They have to get by Dreamy, though. I was going to say he's been pretty much gatekeeping this midfield line. Good shot right here from Husey. That was going to be denied, though, by Banzi.
Ooh, Cynical backs off that one. Dreamy going to keep the pressure on. Just going slightly wide with that touch from Husey. Otherwise, you would have expected that 2016 playstyle to be able to continue that pressure.
Right back into the corner. That was a little bit of a boomer right there. Husey going up early for a challenge. Good job right there from Corrupt to go low off the top crossbar. Cynical over towards the left-hand side. He was trying to either shoot that or pass it. I'm not too sure, but either way, it was too wide. The counterattack was there as well. Cynical still sticking with this one, trying to go for the awkward shot, the awkward angle. Doesn't find its mark. Nash should have it pretty clear.
Cynical's now missed twice. The second one, obviously, a much more difficult attempt with the double, but he's going to be quite frustrated with himself. They could be in the lead here. Have to slip just a little bit. Now they're under pressure at their own end. Corrupt a little bit awkward up there as he just have avoided the bumper to get out. He's got his flip so high in the end.
I do like that play right there. I believe it was Husey back passing that one over to Nast, and Nast was trying to size that one up and get something kick-started here on the offensive end for 2016 playstyle. It was short-lived. Double commitment right here for 2016 as well. Asked to challenge this one is Husey. Over to Nast on the left side wall. Maybe going for a double as well. Banzi says no. Still sticking with this one is Dreama. Oh my goodness. I thought he had the angle, but he just kind of awkwardly fell
he's
to the
from
wayside.
2016, flip resets didn't exist back then, so we'll give it a bit of the benefit of the doubt there. It looks good from the first touch. The pre-flip on the follow-up, not quite on target.
Using the dominance still too. That was such a 2016 thing to do,
especially at OCE. OCE first ever RLCS 2017, beginning of 2017. Every single player was in a dominance.
Wow. Nice flip reset right there from Husey off the backboard. The put back Dreamy. Oh my goodness, the slow floater. That one catches people off guard.
Certainly does. I wonder if they would have got it if it was a faster shot too. It was more just the fact that Dreamy was so close to the ball he couldn't get power, but that also meant that the defenders could not recover
Yeah.
Early lead in Game 3 for 2016 playstyle. That's a dangerous kickoff again. Husey, can he redirect it forward? Can't get the power. It's not in. It's on the line. Cynical gets the touch and Corrupt comes to help him out.
I can't believe that one was just lingering there so long. The redirect right there from Cynical. I'm sorry. That was Corrupt with the redirect trying to slot that one in. That was a good pass from Cynical. Still didn't find its mark. And this is not looking good right now for Reborn Titans. They haven't made it in 50 seconds left. There's still a lot of time, but still a lot of their opportunities just are non-existent and falling to the wayside.
Husey's going to be mad about that one. That goal was gifted almost to him. The redirect is going a little too high. Corrupt at the other end. He could have taken some advantage of a couple of these counter-attacks and hasn't been able to do so.
May off the side, a little bit too high. I think he got bumped just a tad bit. That put that one a little bit off target. He's going to retreat back to his side and get some boost to set Corrupt up. You see Cynical over towards the mid, and that's what we're talking about right there. Oh my goodness, a little bit too fast, and the opportunity is Corrupt. I'm just going to fall right back. They have to reset this offense. 60 seconds left. They need to get something going. They need to find some pay dirt.
It's just seeing Reborn Titans able to create some desperation from 2016 playstyle, but they're not really positioning wide enough, spread out enough to take advantage of those panic situations. So far, still working in the defense for 2016.
Yeah, and everybody loves this right here from 2016 playstyle. They're like, yeah, let's waste some more time on the clock. Let's just leave this one in the corner. A little bit of a mistake right here on the back end. Cynical and Corrupt. You can see the panic setting in. That shot's going to be good from Nast. What a reverse right here on the counter attack. Nast, you see the bump coming through right there. That leaves Cynical in the awkward situation, and that's just a go-ahead goal.
The worst part there is Cynical is realistically in a position where he needs to go. The player behind him really expecting Cynical to be out at that one, but I'll give massive credit. Dreamer hit the crossbar at a similar angle. Husey's hit that. Nasty third player to have an attempt on 2016, and the first one to be accurate.
The final 15 seconds left in this game. Reborn Titans looking like it's not going to find its mark. Dreamy going to find the redirect from the corner.
He's back.
What a shot.
Dreamy's back. He took a few years off. He's been playing more and more in recent times. Great redirect. 2016 redirect for sure, but a great redirect nonetheless.
He's even using a topper on top of all that. It's just the meme at this point in time, I guess you could kind of say. Final seconds ticking away, though. 3-0 in favor of 2016 playstyle. They're going to win this one with ease. Bust out the brooms. Reborn Titans are going to be swept here in the series.
You know what they say, quick game's a good game, and, well, really couldn't have gone quicker than this. Disappointment, I'd say, for Reborn Titans, especially based on my expectations after last week. Thought they'd at least put up a very good fight. But, 2016 playstyle, credit where credit is due, even despite all the punishment, all the testing of the defense Reborn Titans came out, they never really panicked too much. They never really made too many big mistakes, and that's an important part of getting through this early stage of the challenges.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one as well. 2016 playstyle definitely controlled the pace of play. They controlled the game itself, I feel like, for the most part. You only see one goal, and Reborn Titans, they scored that one in game number 2. So we saw some signs of hope there. We thought that it was going to be a little bit different heading in a little bit later into the series, but unfortunately just got away from them. 2016 playstyle started to just apply so much pressure and started to just take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that they started to see and create for themselves as well. You started to see a little bit more panic. And that's just the, I guess we could call that. I guess you can say that's just a little bit of inexperience, from Reborn Titans.
We will be moving on, and currently, obviously, because this was the quickest match. Well, second quickest match. It was a forfeit. Chiaroscurus forfeited over to Tea Time in the other side of the bracket. Tea Time being Viz, Remick, and Taragane, so maybe a team that could make a long run. But we're still waiting on Gaming Gamers, who have shown up pretty big in the last couple of events. At Apples is American, to see if they end up going into the next matchup against 2016 playstyle. We won't be covering that. We'll be covering the winner of That's Crazy versus Odium, which is still going on. up against tea time. So let's go to a quick break, or maybe a slightly longer break because we have to wait for these matches to actually finish up, and we'll be back with that upper bracket match.
Yeah. Tell them this mine. Yeah, my time it is now. Nobody stops me taking the crown. I did a lot, they changing the style to do what I did. They making me proud. I'm young and I'm free. I got a lot to achieve. They wanna stop, believe, but people are looking at me. It couldn't be. Better believe. This my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it. Man, it's my moment. Man, it's my. I said it's my moment to shine. I used to take it a day at a time. I used to wait, but I'm making it mine. Was at the bottom, but able to climb. And look how I rise up. At the top, you gon' find us looking refined, not how you define us. Can this beat get a moment of silence? This time I'm fired up. I give it my all. I said my moment is now. No laying around. I put my stick in the ground. Just so you know, ain't no mistaking it now. Forget what you make of it. Got my eye on the prize. I'm taking it. Got the fire inside. Ain't shaking it. And I'm turning the tide. Ain't changing it. I'm the main event. This my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it. Man, it's my moment. Man, it's my. I said it's my. Yeah, how do I sound with it when I hit the ground? 100-mile finish. My moment now ain't no mouse in us. I'm on the prowl and my style fitted. My time, give me high fives. Get a picture of the wise guy. What's a wave to a high tide? Never stop when you my size. Man, it's my. I said it's my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it. Man, it's my moment. Man, it's my. I said it's my moment.
I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone. Can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know. I wanna know.
I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red.
I could run through the fire.
conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light, I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red, I could
run through the fire.
No, I'm sturdy like a milli rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket. Don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket. It sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no trying to leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month of February. Totem side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah, 777. Couple of money in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can't never change, still roll the change. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Tell me feeling bubbly out the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah, 777. Yeah, told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah, 777.
Yeah. How do I sound with it when I hit the ground? 100-mile finish. My moment now ain't no mouse in us. I'm on the prowl and my style fitted. My time, give me high fives. Get a picture of the wise guy. What's a wave to a high tide? Never stop when you my size. Man, this my, I said it's my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it. Man, it's my moment. Man, it's my, I said it's my moment.
Round 2 is about to begin. We still haven't even finished round 1. That's how quick we were to finish that last series. We still are waiting just for our final games. That's Crazy vs Odium in Game 5. They're just about to finish off. Gamers versus Apples America is still waiting on the results of that one too. Should be very quick, but we will be getting underway. Oopsie. How you feeling about the gameplay so far?
I mean, good. We only saw one match, like you stated beforehand, and it was a pretty good match. It was back and forth. I know the stat line says differently, especially the game number 3, where 2016 playstyle won like 3-0. But at the same time, I really felt like it was a good showcase for Rocket League lovers. I know it's not the flashy, brilliant goals that you see, like the highlight reel finishes, but it was the nitty gritty portion of Rocket League.
Yeah,
yeah.
Tomorrow,
it was the nitty gritty playstyle.
Essentially, the Gauntlet, which is what people are trying to qualify for today, is the finals, and that's where we see the absolute best of the best come out to play. For today, it's more of a fun community affair going around. We get to see the progress of some of these teams, and we did see Odium manage to take it out in Game 5 over that Crazy, and they've been a mainstay right now of the challenges, but just been a little bit short of being able to push to that next level.
It's good to see them kind of push past. That's Crazy. That was a solid team as well. Took them all the way to game number 5, and it's just good to see them here at the second level, still staying alive. So now they're going to have a pretty much a handful out here. Tea Time is going to be their next opponents, and they're going to be here on the stream, and we're going to be trying to help them out along the way as well.
It's also good because Odium lost in Game 5 to That's Crazy last week. That's become a bit of a rivalry right there, as is Kernsey and Jorix. We saw them in Week 1 make a run, but Tea Time, very interesting. Viz, who's done well in RLCS, Remick, who's done very well in RLCS, and Taragane. I mean, we just watched 2016 Playstyle. He's been around for a long time as well, the kind of end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Took a break eventually, and he's another player who's kind of returned into the competitive fold. So even though we've lost some, we've seen some retired players in OCE in recent in this last year, but some of them have also returned.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see it. I like to see the returning veteran players kind of like make their mark and try to pass along the knowledge that they kind of had back with them in the days of the glory days of Rocket League and things of that nature. So to see them kind of implement themselves, try to get onto a team, and show these young guys, hey, this is what you kind of have to do, and set up the next generation for OC is really awesome. To kind of pass that torch along. But at the same time, they're still remaining competitive themselves, and they're like, we're not going to make it easy for you by any means necessary, but we're still going to try to give you guys that knowledge and team up with you guys.
On the other side of the spectrum, there is that we've got a thing in OCE where retired players are never truly retired. Remix realistically retired. He's here. Tadagane's retired. Dream A's retired, who we saw in the last one. Husey, I don't know if you could ever say he retired. He maybe took an ever so slight hiatus, but we're just waiting on the return of all of our retired players. I feel like there'll just be one day where everybody comes back. Yeah,
I mean, that's the same thing in America. Rizzo kind of retired 4 times or 5 times or whatever it has been already since he retired from G2, and you see him kind of pop up every once in a while and make a couple of like little teams to make their day 3
To be
RLCS
fair,
runs.
I don't think he's truly unretiring. He's just doing it for some content, right?
It's like for the memes or something, you could kind of say. Yeah, for the content, I guess you could kind of say, more professional way to look at it. But yeah, still not a bad player necessarily. So you can still throw him on any roster. I feel like he can hold his own.
I wouldn't go that far. He's pretty bad. He's pretty
I mean, he's
bad.
no CJ by any means,
Yeah, well, I've seen him miss as many open nets as CJ, even in his ranked game when he plays on stream. So I don't want to go too overboard by saying Rizzo is anywhere close to good, but you know, maybe he'd be able to make the challenger in OCE. We'll say that.
Okay. I'll die on that hill with you. All right, I'll say that too. But man, who do you got in this next matchup, though? I mean, this is gonna be a good one. ODM, Tea Time. You know, you were kind of a little bit back and forth, but what are you feeling?
I haven't seen much of Tea Time. We haven't seen much of Tea Time. I haven't really played here, and I'm gonna back them. I'm gonna say Remick and Viz are gonna be probably the number 1 and 2 players in this lobby, and Tadagane, from the little bits of his return that I've seen, has actually done quite well for himself. So I don't think he's going to be a slouch here either.
Well, let's start this game number 1. 5 minutes officially on the clock. ODM versus Tea Time. Let's get this one underway. Enough guessing, I guess we can kind of say. But I'm excited to see this matchup. I really feel like it's going to be
gonna make a guess? Like,
I mean, you never asked.
That's like you asking me what you want and then just being like, enough guessing from you, Yami. I'm sick of hearing you. I need to hear your prediction as well.
My professional opinion, okay, as a caster who's never wrong, okay? I'm going with Tea Time here, okay? That's what I'm going to do. No reason, justification. No, I mean, honestly, I don't really know too many of these guys. I don't really know too many of the teams, but at the same time, like you said, there has to be a little bit more. I really feel like that Tadagane kind of has inside his tank. That's why he's trying to make this run right now. So he has a lot to prove, and I feel like he's going to do that right here.
What about the fact that Odium have been like here every week, fighting, trying to get to that little extra stage? Does that not count for anything?
Nope, not at all. That doesn't count for anything. You not even this first goal. This first goal
Look
doesn't count for
how wrong
anything either.
you are. This is about to put on a masterclass, mate.
Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things where it's kind of a guessing game. It's more of a coin flip, I guess you can kind of say. Either one of these teams can easily kind of take this one. I could foresee this one going to a best of 5, to be honest with you.
Sure. I could see any game going to a best of 5. I expected the last one to do that, and it went to 3 games. So very, very hard to tell in these early stages. A lot of performances have been based on who's just doing well on that day. We really don't know because Tea Time had a forfeit in their first round, so we don't even know if they're doing well today.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to bring up as well, is that they've been kind of sitting this whole entire first portion of the stream, so it's unfortunate that they had that forfeit, and especially against a solid team who I really wanted to see how they would perform against them. I can't pronounce the name as what it's. I always butcher it. Me and Jake were going through this last time. He told me how to pronounce it, and I think you even actually made fun of us that one time too, for mispronouncing it too.
I also have pronounced it a couple of times so far in this stream, but we'll just leave that down to your Americanness.
Oh no, you're gonna leave me hanging! Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm not even gonna talk about it then. We're just gonna skip this segment.
Well, we're gonna get into this game. Aziz had a great performance in week 1 as an individual. Kernzy and Jorex have been around a little bit longer, to my recollection. See if they can have a big performance today. So far, an early lead is going to give them a nice, comfortable position. Maybe less so with 2 players missing the point.
I mean, yeah, unfortunate, but fortunate if you want ODM to win because they keep on just applying this pressure. Tadagane now, just a soft touch right back towards midfield. Aziz to say he needs to be challenged by somebody. It was a good job so far. This one could have a potential chance. Remick off the backboard, and Jorx is just going to pop that one away. And man, so much defense off ball that's being applied right now. It's just really, really good to see.
We're seeing both teams, but in particular Jorx in that last play, looking to make the prediction on what the play was happening early. That was the reason why he was able to cover that backboard. He was up on that backboard early, recognizing the touch that might come through, making it a bit more of a stalemate. On the same note, if you do try and predict too early, sometimes it can lead to you getting outplayed. So if somebody can slow it down, figure out what's going on, go for a bit of a fake, it might be very successful.
About a minute and 45 now. ODM just comfortable with this 1-goal lead so far, but Tea Time.
Past that.
Oh, good pass over to the left side. Viz off this awkward angle. Double commitment right there from ODM. Should lead to something here. It's a good challenge right there from Jorix, though. Not going to find anything, though. It's so surprising to me to see nobody kind of jump on that ball and maybe put some pressure right towards the backboard.
I generally think that pass that happened was very good, but the passee didn't make it into a good pass. He kind of backed off. He didn't play for the pass and ended up being too far behind it. It's a missed opportunity, I'd say, for Tea Time to set up something better.
Ziz from the corner, right back towards mid. I don't know, man. It just seems like they're kind of like content at this point in time to like hang on to this 1-goal lead. They're not really firing too many shots, taking too many risks. Here's a 2v1, and that should be an easy goal. Viz kind of pops that one over the last defender.
It was always going to be a goal as soon as Remick gets this touch and Jorix is in just the worst position. Remick, all he has to do is hound him a little bit, forced out an early jump. Tea Time have got the equalizer. Are we heading towards an overtime? Is somebody going to step up in these last 50 seconds?
There it goes. A nice upfield pass from Aziz. I kind of held my breath in that moment. I was waiting to see what would happen. Odium's going to get the ball rolling in their favor. Right back towards the blue half, though. It's a good bounce in favor of Tea Time. Currency. This one. Oh, there's the soft touch. I was waiting for it. The defense was there for Tea Time, but he couldn't catch up to the ball and just kind of guessed wrong.
This is almost a half fake. You know, Jorix, he's originally attacking the ball. The defender thinks, okay, he's going to come in and strike this. But that's just a perfect position, knowing that the player is not in a spot to take a late touch. And really well done, Jorix, showing some class here.
Yeah, they really took what I said to heart. I'm sorry. Okay, ODM, I'm sorry. Final 15 seconds, though. Jorix up the sidewall, has 100 boosts. Play catch up to this ball. Let's get that second touch. Trying to go for that third touch as well. Aziz was cheating up on that one, trying to maybe get a goal towards the tail end of this game. Last-ditch effort, though, from Tea Time. This one, going to fall over towards the right-hand side. Remick was there. And then Currency's just going to deny that one over to the left-hand side, but still up in the air. 0-second shenanigans. Radagane did center that one, but nobody there to put it in. 2-1 victory here in Game 1 for Odium.
Very controlled game from Odium overall, with some individual brilliance at the same time from Aziz and Jorix, just making just little individual outplays that have made the difference. That was where those 2 goals came from.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one. The second goal in particular, where you kind of see the counterattack come out for Odium because you saw Tea Time go a little bit more aggressive. I think on top of that, just a missed opportunity on the defensive end for Tea Time too, to kind of take that opportunity away from ODM on that push. So to see them to stand so tall while in the box in transition and putting that shot on target was impressive.
Done well for themselves. Will they be able to continue with that consistency? You saw that last game. It was only 6 shots at Odium, 3 for Tea Time. It's the kind of control that can certainly win a series if you continue on that road. I think Tea Time going to have to start upping the pace a little bit, maybe create some chaos in that Odium back half and put them on their toes.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if a demolition strat's going to start to come out for them or whatever it may be, but they definitely just start to, you know, get some of these members off of the pitch and open up some opportunities and maybe some lanes for them as well. And as I say that, you see Viz go right for that. Viz still has a chance, or I was going to say still had an opportunity to clear that one away, but fell to the wayside as it fell into the corner. Viz now. Soft pass towards mid. Nobody on the defensive end.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Okay.
I was going to say, I held my breath once again as Ziz. I thought he had that second touch, then he just ramps it up, and then Currency on the back end just kind of, you know, slots that one in. So, you know, good recovery. Good recovery.
Just the fact that Aziz chased the follow-up touch in the first place when I think it was Currency was out on that left-hand side, completely in front of the ball. Easy redirect from him, easy dribble in. And Aziz almost caked it. That was... Well, you know what? It ends up being a goal, so I guess it was the perfect play.
It's drawn up that way, 100%. They can replicate that at any given time. Nonetheless, starting to see Tea Time struggle just to tap in on the offensive end. Viz is going to fire a shot. As I say that, though, is going to put that one in. We have ourselves a tie ball game again.
It's the expectations from Viz, maybe the kind of the most recent competitor in OC, the least retired competitor in this team. And he's the one to step up. It's just good stroking, just good solid into the center of the net.
Man, I'll tell you what, Tea Time, they definitely need to step it up a little bit, push the pace just a tad bit more. I really feel like they're allowing ODM to get control of the ball and do whatever they would like to with it. So Tadagane with a great challenge early. The Jorix is right back to work and then just catching the defense off rotation. It's just like they drew it up that way again.
That's what we're seeing from ODM, a little bit more team trust that comes out. I mean, look how far Jorix was forward, but he always trusted his teammate would get the EU clear, hanged right there in that almost orange goalpost just to get the redirect.
Now off the kickoff as well. Remick does save that one away initially. Let's see if Tadagane has a soft touch. Viz. Tadagane with no boost though. He has to be very careful how fast he kind of plays this one. Remick leaving this one to Tadagane as he gets dunked. It's going to fall over towards the orange half of the field. About 3 minutes left now. Odium trying to add more onto their lead, and they're just so patient at controlling this midfield line.
There's a couple of bump attempts coming out from Tea Time, but maybe not too fully committed to them to have a major effect. What a play, though. A quick 1-2. Jorix there to finish it off, but you got to give most of the credit there to Aziz. Just that quick touch past the last.
Yeah, that was such a good give back right there. But Jorix, the control to even put that one over in favor of Aziz. And, you know, I just credit them both for that play. That was just a heads-up play. And ODM just looking so good right now. They're looking miles better, I feel like, at this point in time at a Tea Time.
They've kept Tea Time to so few shots. There's shot number 3. It's actually going to be 3 shots all counted at the same time. It was 2 shots just before this. They're now on 5, and they get their second goal. That's where maybe Odium would be a little bit more careful, because Tea Time really put the clamp down on him.
That's a good putback right there from Viz, too. Finds himself his second goal, and needs to do a lot more work if Tea Time has a chance to come back in this matchup. About midway, through, nothing really too, you can't really rush it to just, but at the same time, still a lot of work to be done.
Jorix is just staying so far forward throughout this play, maybe looking to steal some boost away. Never even found any of it, so he's been punished, but the team hasn't because of the efforts of Kernsey on the defense.
This one's lingering in front of the box. Good far clear from Tadagane now. Over into the corner. There goes Kernsey. Viz had to be smart about that one. Nice soft touch and wrap around as well. Nice 50-50. With that midfield pressure, once again, like I said, Odium just kind of locks it down.
Some quick reactions coming out from Tea Time in order to read some of these good plays that have come out from Odium. Fast, swift towards the net, while Tea Time have been caught off guard. Unfortunately, being at the wrong end of the pitch so far, Tea Time. That's a good passing play. Viz needs to get a good follow-up. There is the chance, but too far forward, and a clear comes out from Kernsey.
Yeah, a lot of these opportunities just taken away. It's a good job by Odium. They're controlling the pace. Like I said before, they're just wasting a lot of these precious seconds off the clock, and more that happens, I was going to say Tea Time just basically starts to feel more and more pressure. Good put back right here from Viz. That's a soft floater. Maybe off the backboard. A missed touch! Oh my goodness!
Oh, and all 3 of them combined, taking each other out. It was so wide open.
I can't believe that. They were just fighting against each other, like you said.
I can't even remember who it was, but Tadagane is going to be quite upset. That should have been a tied game right there. Tea Time put in all the effort, all the work, took it past multiple members, kept the pressure on, kept them low on boost. And the final hurdle, dribble each other.
Yeah. Remick still sticking with this one. Tadagane fires a shot. Jorix going to pop that one over into the corner. Final 30 seconds left.
Great fade.
Here in game number 2. Tadagane towards midfield. To try to set something up. I think he has low boost. Good 50-50 right there. And that takeaway once again. Odium's defense is standing strong.
It's going to be popped up by Remick. Wrong end here for Tea Time. Odium managed to keep the pressure on, keep boost stealing even in these last 10 seconds. Bit of a double commit, but Kernsey pulls out. 4 seconds left. Odium looking to get onto match point. Will manage to keep it in the defensive half. I don't see Tea Time scoring from here.
Yeah, this one might even be a goal in favor of Odium. Still up in the air, though. This is off the backboard. That one's in favor of Tea Time, but nonetheless going to fall to the wayside. Odium going to win this second game and move on to match point.
Painful as well for Tea Time. It really should have been a tied game. But that is what nerves do to you. Maybe a little bit of pressure thinking that they had to immediately take the shot on. And maybe just need a bit more experience, despite the fact that they've got 3 very experienced players.
I mean, that's what happens, though. Like you said, it's a little bit nervous, you know, like it's frustrating, too, because afterwards you saw the playstyle of Tea Time just change up dramatically. You started to see them just a little bit more deflated because they knew it should have been a tie ball game as well. So they have to kind of just, you know, clear their mentals as they head into this game, because it's do or die time. They can pull off the reverse sweep. They have, I believe, the skill set to do so as well, but it's going to take a lot because Odium's been playing pretty much perfect at this point in time.
Definitely takes some mature thinking for a goal like that, because it's much easier when one person completely misses an open net and makes a really dumb mistake. But when you're about to score, you're running into the open net, and your teammate dribbles you. It's always in the back of your mind that your teammate is the one at fault.
Yeah. I know 9 times out of 10 that happens to me in my ranked games. The putback denied. Viz strong on the defense early on here for Tea Time. Good far clear from Remick. To say should make everybody recover on the boost. It was starting to get a little worrisome for Tea Time.
That was a great roof pinch. Can't believe that it crossbarred and out. I was hoping it would be finished on the follow-up as well, just so as part of the montage. But because no goal was scored, it doesn't count as a good play anymore.
I disagree. I think it's still a good play. The setup was there, the thought process was there, just the execution.
Yeah, when you make the top 10 plays of today, are you going to put that in there?
100%. 100%. I'm going to talk to production. Actually, we're going to sneak that one in there.
You're going to create a top 10 plays of the day that doesn't currently exist, just so you can put that one in there.
100%. 100%. We're going to put that one in there.
Dover's already cranky, even though we actually haven't asked him to do it. He's just talking into our ears, saying that's never going to happen, boys.
3 minutes 40 seconds left here in Game 3, and it's the back and forth right now. The Rocket League, the boring portions, people call it. But I like this part. You know, it starts to kind of see, starts to set up a lot of the defense, and this is where you really learn the nitty gritty of Rocket League.
You say you like this part, but you're the one who brought up that it was boring, nobody else, so...
No, I mean, just like from what people talk, you know, Twitch chat,
subtext going on there. Nobody in chat said it was boring.
Everyone in chat right now is saying it's boring. The boring part of Rocket League. No, I mean, just coming from my, I guess you could say, American football, you know, side of things. Like when you have 2 great defensive kind of going at each other, it's not a very exciting game. There's no flashy plays kind of happening, but still, you appreciate the game for what it is, and you start to kind of see plays develop and for what it is, you know. So this is the what I call the boring portion of Rocket League.
Like Aziz and Remick there broke a moral rule 1, a kind of half rule 1, a soft rule 1, we'll say. They weren't quite fully engaged and locked in, but keep that in the back of your mind. 2.5 minutes, so halfway through this game. Still a low-scoring affair, but on the clock, Odium has had so much of the possession. They've got 5 shots to the 1 shot of Tea Time, and that's usually a good indicator of who is going to have the highest chance of winning this game.
I was going to say, I'm starting to see a little bit different of an approach right here from Tea Time. I really feel like they're starting to mix it up just a tad bit, but none of that really matters when you're not really going on the offensive end and getting some results, like I said beforehand. So this one can potentially go to that golden goal opportunity. You know, the first team to kind of score wins this one because they're both just battling it out.
As you say, you know, Tea Time have played a very solid, consistent game. They've looked a lot better in defense, but that doesn't really matter if you're not getting to the other end and either applying some pressure, creating some opportunities. There we go! That's the pass into center. Tadagane finally showing that trust that maybe hasn't been enough for Tea Time. Really expecting him to beat out too.
Yeah, and as soon as this one was at the midfield line, I think Jorex was over there. It was either him or Currency. I can't remember because their cars are kind of similar. But Tadagane won that midfield boost. And as soon as that happened, you saw Tadagane just basically be so aggressive on the offensive end. But Jorex says, never mind. I'm going to go ahead and put this one back. And, you know, hey, it is what it is at this point. We have a tie ball game.
That's powerful from Jorix. He's looked really good high up in the air. He was also the player who went for the roof pinch early, and this time finds it in the net. Just too much pace for the defender to even get up there, despite it not being in the top corner.
That's so unfortunate. Fast one, though, like you said, 130 kilometers, 80 miles per hour. Very, very fast shot, regardless. But still, I was still impressed by that play and the recognition from T-Time and their offensive stance. Look at this one, though. It is finds Jorix, but not going to find its mark. Maybe a counter attack now for T-Time. Could definitely use this to their advantage. The first initial touch is going to fall to the wayside. Here comes Remick from the corner now, trying to play the guessing game with the defense. Trying to catch him off guard, though, but 60 seconds left during this game 3.
What has been a very team-oriented game for Odium so far. It's really great to see a player like Jorix step up and be maybe the difference maker for Odium. So right now in this game, it feels very much like Jorix versus Viz in terms of who may score that goal and create the difference for these two teams.
35 on the clock. Viz from the corner. Remick as well. A whole lot of people trying to get just the slightest bit of any advantage that they possibly can. Currency off the backboard. Can he get it? He couldn't. Top of that, Viz towards midfield now for the counter attack. Remick being patient. Jorix over towards the corner as well. Aziz maybe with the far clear too. 10 seconds left here in this game 3. Potential OT. Viz off the sidewall. Maybe looking. I was going to say Tadagane had no boost.
That's perfect.
Aziz now. Maybe a second touch. Viz going to take the opportunity away. Jorix still 6 with it, but a good 50 makes that one fall to the ground, and in overtime we find ourselves.
That touch off the wall may have been the end for T-Time. They managed to just hold on the defense. They now need to look towards this OT. Last a chance on the line. It's going to be a 3-0 to Odium.
Remick. Backboard Aziz over towards Viz. Is now at that awkward angle. I like that demo from Remick trying to set something up. And then the counter! Oh no! What happened here on the back end? Currency's going to get credit with the goal, but a pinch or something kind of happened. And that's going to be it.
The demo was good, but Currency was also rushing at the ball the exact same time. Complete and utter chaos. A demo chase at the back end as well. And Odium go through 3-0. 2 dominant performances back-to-back here on stream. And Odium have made another long run in the challenges.
Well, they proved me wrong. I think they proved you wrong as well. So, I mean,
yeah, but I wasn't the one who said I'm always right. I was like,
that was just a little bit of, casters are always right. Chat's always wrong.
You come up with your excuses. Keep going.
A little bit of copium. What else can we kind of, chalk up here? But no, I mean, it was a good performance nonetheless. Like you said, Odium has had a heck of a run here, and T-Time, I really feel like they didn't play to the best of their abilities, but nonetheless, Odium just looked that much better.
In week 1, when Odium made their long run, they went up against Tiki Taka, and Tiki Taka, I think they're a beatable team. Anybody would be backing themselves up. This time, they're going to be up against Serrani in the following round. The favourites of the bracket. They're going to have to hope that Serrani, who in the past have been like this, are slow starters. So they're going to have to do it in the first couple of games, first 3 games, because if Serrani get going, they'll really get going.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one as well. Serrani, solid team. Like you said, one of the favorites here in this whole entire bracket. So they're going to have to bring their A game for sure. But, man, such an impressive performance, like I said, from Odium, because I was really, really expecting that one to go to Game 5. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. T-Time are going to re-retire at this point in time. Odium make their way through, and there's an update on the other side of the bracket. Gaming Gamers, who had the Cinderella run in week 1, have also made it through. They'll be up against Uncheerful Ends. We're going to go to a short break, but it's going to be a very long break for me and Whoops You. We got rid of one American right now, and we'll be unfortunately bringing back in another American after this break.
Welcome.
Yeah, know I'm sturdy like a Millie Rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket, don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket, it sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. No, Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no time, don't leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month in every February. Told him slide, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric. Yeah. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Couple of money in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot and hit the bank. Can never change, still wrote the change. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Caught me feeling bubbly out the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.
Welcome.
Yeah, how do I sound with it when I hit the ground? 100-mile finish. My moment now ain't no mouse in us. I'm on the prowl and my style fitted. My time, give me high fives. Get a picture of the wise guy. What's a wave to a high tide? Never stuck when you my size. Man, it's my, I said it's my moment. I said it's my moment. I came here to own it. Man, it's my moment. Man, it's my, I said it's my moment.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Challenger Series. My name is Formal. Joining me right now, it is Jake, and we are at the second half of the day. It's been an intense first half, but I'm excited for the second half because, well, no more sweeps, all right? I read the script. I looked ahead. No more 3-0s. We're actually going to get good games now.
You don't like a good 3-0, Max? I mean,
Well, I do, but the audience doesn't, okay? They want, back
you want
and
it
forth.
spicy. You want it
Yeah.
spicy. I'm just happy we're seeing gaming gamers on stream because they're always fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, they are super, super fun to watch, and I mean, they did, it seems like, just barely survived, their first couple series, able to get past the American Apples, which, I'm surprised, actually, we didn't have Whoops, who was casting from America, cover that game. It is what it is, but then they also barely survived 2016 playstyle. I'm a little bit nervous right now about the form of these gaming gamers.
I don't know, 2016 playstyle, they were looking pretty good, so I'm excited to see that went to Game 5. But yeah, gaming gamers, I mean, that first week was insane. They weren't able to back it up last week, but they did come against Serrani, which is obviously very strong. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how they go.
I mean, Serrani was the team that kind of made it through this Challenger Series last time, and they did so in a Game 5, though, against the other team we're about to see, Uncheerful Endings, who I think also kind of surprised in how strong they looked in order to get as far as they did. So if we're kind of expecting the gaming gamers to kind of waltz right back into the Gauntlet, or at least into that rematch against Serrani, this should be more of a challenge for them.
No, this might be a close match because both of them last week went all the way to Game 5 against Serrani. Serrani barely got through both, so it's hard to power rank these guys.
And, well, the good news is we don't have to. We have a game. We're going to have our sample, our test sample for the experiment in this one. Cheery, Matthew, and Morse taking on Hawk, Sprat, and Zen as well. And, I mean, for me, the big surprise when it came to the I almost just call it the ungrateful endings. No, the uncheerful endings was the performance of Morse. I thought Morse looked incredibly strong, which kind of caught me off guard because Morse, again, kind of hasn't been playing as frequently as they used to in the past, was never really making those deep runs anymore. But to see them back playing in good form seems to gel well with Cheery and Matthew, a very defensive-focused team. They looked quite strong.
I've always thought of Matthew when I've thought of these kind of guys together, but you're right. Last week it was Morse really stepping up, Cheery as well. All three of them played great, so the question this week is how consistent will it be?
Yeah, that is going to be a big question because the gaming gamers are the type of team that will punish your inconsistencies. They are the type of team that will look to exploit misplays. It's just kind of in their blood. It's in their DNA. It's their confidence style where they're always going to assume their opponents are going to make mistakes. And, I mean, when you look at this team as well, if there's one person who is going to be that ball, for lack of better word, hawk, It's going to be Hawk. It's going to be him.
Hawks looked good. Sprat was starting to find his rhythm as well because Zen as well playing very aggressive. I mean, I just love how these guys pass. Just the teamwork coming out of them is awesome.
Yeah, it actually was surprising how well they were able to gel together when we watched them play really both the past weeks. You know, when they made it to the Gauntlet, also, you know, last week as well, even though they didn't get all the way through, it was the team play that was surprising. But when you watch how the team rotates as a whole, there is still some, you know, familiar player tendencies. Again, the big one being Hawk always wants to be the one with the boost, always wants the one kind of being around those team plays. It still is very much that playmaker, so we'll be curious to see how, you know, the uncheerful endings play around Hawk.
I'm still unsure about what Uncheerful Endings playstyle is as well, because you're right, they did feel a bit more defensive. Just looking in terms of like star value, you have to value gaming gamers, but you can't discredit how deep the run was last week for the Uncheerful Ends, and it was off their teamwork.
It really was, and they were a fun team to watch, and I think because they did so well last week, they should be coming into this one with that confidence that they can make that run, that they, you know, any team against them can be beatable. And I'm with you, even though I was impressed with Morse's play last week, very much I want to see what Matthew can do and continue to see them improve again from the high school leagues into the Challenger Series. Would love to see him progress all the way into the Gauntlet as well if they're able to find that win. This series, I don't want to sound cliche when I say this, but I could see it so easily either being that 3-0 wash where one team is just in better form or being that back and forth going to 5. I don't see it being a 3-1.
Really? Interesting. I don't know how to call it. I guess you're right, but because they're still very new teams, it's a bit hard to be confident in that consistency. At the same time, last week it did feel like Uncheerful Ends, maybe the pressure got to them a bit in that grand final as well, and maybe you know, great gaming gamers certainly have more of confidence in those big moments. But it is the semi-finals, so we'll have to see. That might favor Uncheerful Ends as they ramp up into today.
Yeah, I think it will be, and I definitely feel with you as well. If one team would feel pressure over the other, it would be Uncheerful Ends, because not only has the gaming gamers have that long-term competitive experience, I just also think they're going to be a more laid-back team in general. Like, they're here more for the ride. They're more here to play against good teams and have fun playing Rocket League, where it feels like the Uncheerful Ends might have that bit more to prove, both to themselves and to everyone watching. So I'm not saying the series means more to one team over the other, but the weight of the situation would probably be affecting the Uncheerful Ends more than would be the gaming gamers.
That's a good point. I don't think Zen's played a serious series since like 2018, to be honest. I mean, and obviously he's dragging his whole team down with him into that mindset, but it can be for the better.
I mean, has Hawk ever played a serious series since like 2018, 2019 as well? Like,
exactly.
You can say that almost about the entire team. And
I don't think Sprat's played since 2018, 2019. So, yeah, these guys are chilling.
Exactly. I shouldn't expect pressure to hit them, but if it does, it probably hit them pretty hard, just like that sudden realization, oh no, oh my goodness. Nah, they'll be fine. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's kick this one off. Uncheerful Ends in blue. Gaming gamers are in orange, and straight out the gate, it is the Uncheerful Ends putting on that initial pressure.
We don't get an immediate kickoff goal, which is rare. The amount of kickoff goals in the Challenger Series the last 2 weeks have been absolutely ridiculous. But Sprats, this is already looking good. He gets a good pass, and I was saying, I mean, it's been ridiculous with the kickoff goals, but own goals as well have just been spectacular.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as we were saying coming into this, one team's feeling a bit more of the pressure. Guess which one? I'm going to go with the team that double commits towards their own net, just under that little bit of pressure from the guy driving straight. Really well done by Sprat, but a little bit of a concern already for the Uncheerful Ends, although they almost responded right back.
I feel like Cheery could have had that. He went for it, but he didn't really commit. Maybe not warmed up. This is the disadvantage. This is their first match of the day.
That is true. I mean, and I think there's something to be said about that. Gaming gamers, they've already played a couple rounds. They also had to play, last week in order to qualify, so you can't really say they played yesterday in order to get here, but they've had that longer road. See where that road takes them. Zen through the corner. Kind of watches Morse as they clear it to that other side. Caught by Sprat. Nice interception, and here comes Sprat looking to apply more of that pressure. Hawk has Zen underneath. Goes solo. Nearly found the gap. Instead, Matthew will get the clear.
Not the best aerial from Hawk though, normally very clinical, very fast. Some mechanical mistakes from both teams. This is a nice edge dribble from Sprat, gets it past another. The back and forth match at the moment.
Yeah, this is a very, very good back and forth. To start it off, I mean, it does feel like there's a bit more pace coming from the Gaming Gamer side, but it doesn't matter. Matthew can find the goal. Sprat makes the first save. Hawk makes the second. Zen can't make the third. Morse ties us up.
There's that teamwork we were talking about. The first shot misses off a crazy recovery from Sprat. Crazy recovery from everyone, but there's too many players. Morse comes in as that third man. Gets it into the top corner.
Okay, so I don't know how much you've seen of the Lightning McQueen body in game yet. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm mid on it. Like I've never been the biggest Cars fan, but the Kachow goal might be immediately my new favorite goal score. That goal explosion is sick.
I haven't seen the goal explosion yet. I've seen how the eyes move, the different speeds they go in, which is pretty cool.
I mean, the goal explosion was just there. We know Morse has it now, so we just got to get Morse to score another goal. So 3 minutes on this one, but yeah, dude, the eyes moving is sick and the facial expression. It's a cool skin. Sprat 2-1.
Sprat with his boring dragon explosion. I'm just kidding. That's a pretty cool one as well. Morse, I mean, was he the one to own goal as well? So he's got an own goal to he's got his own goal to his name. He's got a regular goal to his name, and now he's got an assist to the other team to his name. He's getting everywhere.
Yeah, this is a little bit more than Morse I was expecting to see last week. Unfortunately, can step up and make big plays, but also sometimes it might be a little bit late. Look, my expectations were low, was exceeded last week. Now my expectations are higher because of how well they performed, and I want to see that same level again. That's just how it is. You make your own bed, Jake. You make your own bed.
Morse, again, like you were saying, Morse might be feeling the pressure. Maybe they have some higher expectations of themselves, and that's causing some tension, some panic, which is leading to these unfortunate touches.
Yeah, it hasn't been the best, but it hasn't been the worst. Cheery, though, is going to nearly get to that double. Morse collects it around the corner. Hawk all over them. Tries to play keep away. Morse from the ceiling. That's a good touch. Unfortunately, for the uncheerful ends, there was a defender still lurking back. The pressure is there off the backboard. Follow up a little bit too deep. Hawk tries to play keep away. Morse still able to catch it. Has the reset down to Cheery. No, Hawk is there for the save.
Great scramble defense out of Gaming Gamers. Uncheerful ends still bring plays forward. The counterattack, this is actually looking good. It's a beautiful pass to Sprat, and the finish is there.
Sprat is the player who is looking in form today. That's, really been exciting to watch. Granted, that pass from Hawk, both in terms of the setup and the touch, exactly where it needed to be. Sprat all over that. Now a 2-goal lead. Gaming Gamers, they're looking in a pretty peak form right now.
They're looking awesome. Sprat's got his hat trick. He was the most quiet player recently, so it's great to see him stepping up. Zen almost getting a great shot there. Gaming Gamers setting the pace.
Yeah, they're looking very hot out of the gate right now as, again, Hawk, middle of the pitch, has some space to work with, gets the second touch from underneath. Zen already able to find it, but he's not able to force it past Cheery. So it's good for the defense, able to hold right now. Yet the one thing that I do remember about Uncheerful Ends last week, they played a lot better when they had the lead. Like, as soon as they fell behind, they would sometimes struggle. Case in point, Cheery had a gap they could have exploited, puts it wide. Morse has a chance, but the touch is weak, and this team is just unable to capitalize as soon as defenses are able to settle themselves.
Look, the pressure was continuing. Gaming Gamers finally break out. But you're right, a few missed opportunities. I feel like it's more so on Gaming Gamers having a great defense. Just awesome scrambling out of it.
Yeah, it has been really, really strong defense from, Gaming Gamers, which, as per usual, can't really be seen as too much of a surprise as we get another nice midfield touch from Hawk right there, just because of how far back both Zen and Sprat normally like to set themselves up, and even Hawk at times will go all the way for those deep rotations. So the team likes to play very much up and down the pitch at that rapid pace, and in order to go up and down, you got to go down deep into your own end, and that's where they've been able to settle themselves.
They've almost scored a few counterattacks. We've seen Uncheerful Ends overcommitting quite a bit. Makes sense. They're desperate for this goal. With the way Gaming Gamers are defending, not letting anything pass them. Again, another save. Uncheerful Endings are just out of time in this first match.
And this is the kind of game, too, where the Gaming Gamers are going to finish this one, I think, with a lot of confidence. Like, okay, we know what our opponents are trying to do. We know how to beat them. We can just sit back and just stop every single approach that they're throwing at us. I think going into game 2, the earnest is going to really have to be on the uncheerful ends to kind of establish a more dynamic looking attack, because the Gaming Gamers defense just made that look way too easy to kind of shut them down.
Yeah, 100%. Gaming Gamers absolutely feeling comfortable at the moment. Uncheerful ends. I'm not sure what they need to change. Maybe just like picking up the pace a bit to punish those scrambly defense and get past them.
Yeah, we'll see how we'll see how they're able to bring it back. As doing a quick little goal explosion swap apparently at the moment, and then we'll be able to get back into this next game. I'm sad. I'm sad because of the ruling, but it makes sense. Either way, game number 2. Look, I coming into this game, there's a lot of players we were highlighting, a lot of players we were talking about. A hat trick on Sprat was not on my bingo card. That one was not there yet. And if Sprat is continuing to be that guy all of a sudden and stepping up for the Gaming Gamers, that I feel like covers so many of their potential weaknesses that they're going to be so tough to beat.
I think Sprat has been getting better and better every week.
He has.
He's looking good. He's looking quick. Felt like he almost pre-jumped his third shot. I mean, he's looking confident.
I mean, the big question is now, if he continues to play at this level, will Yummy finally recognize that Sprat is like a top player from New Zealand?
Takes a lot to impress Yummy, let's be honest.
I know, hey, no, but if you do, then you know you've made it. And I mean, I think it's been worthy so far, Sprat, how they've looked so far. And now if they can continue up that play, and, well, there could be a little bit legitimate chance. There was a legitimate chance right there. Morse, though, was able to keep it away.
He is off, looking good. Beautiful pass. No teammate there that time. Sprat's been setting up a few of these edge dribbles. I think he's got his flip, but he sets it up for a teammate, but it's saved.
Oh, come on, Sprat. It's your time. It was your moment. Don't leave it for Hawk. Hawk has moments all the time. Either way, defense does come through. Now Cheery has Matthew in front of the net. It's a miss from Sprat, and that's going to be a goal.
I don't know what Sprat was thinking here. This is, ball goes straight to him. It looks like he's lagging, honestly. I don't know what went through his brain.
Well, you know what? This is why it's so hard to give players, credit and props and attention on them sometimes. Like that. Spend a minute talking about how great they're looking, and they're bound to let you down. Either way, this is a good turnaround for the Uncheerful Ends. It's an open net for Matthew as well, and now it's a 2-0 lead.
What's happening to Gaming Gamers here? These open nets are just way too easy. I mean, Cheery gets a nice double touch, but where is everyone?
I mean, Hawk had a chance and just missed it, so multiple members of the Gaming Gamers struggling, and this is what happens if the Gaming Gamers aren't able to establish their defensive side. It feels like if you're able to kind of get the tempo on them, you get open net goals.
You said that the Uncheerful Ends like to have the lead, and you can see it. As soon as they got the first goal, these floodgates have absolutely opened.
And that's a shocker from Hawk twice in a row. First the missed backward read, and then just the missed cheat. And Hawk is normally one of the best players in that position. I'm a little bit surprised that we were able to see, the Uncheerful Ends get that. And for Matthew, that's a hat trick under a minute and a half.
Dude, I'm not. That is the kickoff goal that has just been happening every single series. Just every team is so greedy. What was the one team that didn't? I think it was Power. You have to get to the top 4 of OCE before they stop letting it silly kickoff goals, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, that's for the Gauntlet to deal with, not the Challenger Series, okay? Which is why you need to turn in tomorrow if you don't like kickoff goals. That pass was sick.
Was this a pass? I mean, this looked awesome, but it felt kind of accidental from everyone.
I don't know.
Actually, no, that was sick from Zen driving out of the net. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm claiming that as a pass for them, intentional or not. What it was a pass, and what it is a goal. So, Gaming Gamers not quite done yet here with this next game. Still only 3-1. We'll see if they're able to come back in. It's Zen backward, wants to find Hawk. Instead finds Morse, who just drops it right into Sprat's lap. Surprised Sprat doesn't take the shot, leaves it for Hawk, who wants to pass it back to Zen. Yet Zen was rotating back, so they're slow to the corner, and finally Uncheerful Ends get the clear.
That absolutely could have been a goal. Morse was certainly panicking. You could see it rushing back. It's clear, but the offense does not stop. Hawk sending it forward. There's a demo from Sprat, but no follow-up.
Deep clear from Cherry, caught by Sprat off the backboard, has Hawk to play it as well, yet it's still awkward setups from the Gaming Gamers. Not punished by Uncheerful Ends. They're content to stay deep. They're content to try and play defense. It's going to make these next 2 goals hard to find for the Gaming Gamers, yet Hawk had a chance. Wasn't quite able to wrap around that ball.
This pressure is relentless, though. Look at them continuing. Zen off the ceiling. Hawk is just getting his nose in all these solo plays. I mean, let the teammates cook.
Kind of Hawk's MO, though. And, like, if you remember back to the time on the Juice Bandits, Matthew stopped by Hawk. I'm pretty sure Hawk had, like, more than double the rest of the team's boost, like, average per game. It was a bit insane. Open net again for Matthew. That's going to be their 4th.
Gaming Gamers are lacking that discipline in defense now. Sprash just driving in circles in the corner.
Yeah, you know, gotta kick gunk off the wheels. It helps you drive faster.
Twice in one game, though. I don't know what Sprat's doing.
It's a muddy field, I guess. I don't know. It's a bit of a shocker, actually. Look at the grass. Kind of looks more like AstroTurf on this one. Either way, obviously Sprat was just kind of caught in an awkward spot, wasn't able to rotate back around. Still under 2 minutes left. And there is a world where I could see the Gaming Gamers find a quick 3 goals, but it feels unlikely. We'll see Zed with a chance. Can't quite get it past 3.
No, the defense is getting stronger now for Uncheerful Ends. Gaming Gamers have looked good, but the goals aren't flowing.
Yeah, the goal's just not quite coming through, and with the 4-1 lead, we're going to see a pass across to the opposite side. Zen looks for that pinch. Has Hawk deep, but Matthew able to intercept that away, and now Matthew again looking for their 5th goal. Not going to find it on this attack. The important thing, though, is the time keeps whittling down. Morse just, well, is able to find Cheery in the corner.
Now Cheery's going to set up a play for himself. He's got a lot of time, but he gets demoed midair.
That could have been a big play. Instead, well, it's just more time tick-tocking away, and with 1 minute to go, a 3-goal difference, and the Gaming Gamers really unable to establish anything. Matthew, another open net. No, this time Zed takes it away.
And Zen's looking for a counterattack, gets it over 1, but Hawk didn't trust his teammate.
Oh.
Zen flips out. Gaming Gamers aren't looking as in sync as we've seen them at their best.
Yeah, you have one strong showing, and then you have this. This is kind of in the Gaming Gamers, though. The consistency, I suppose, not there yet, although that pass is. Matthew has it read. Nice save from behind. Zen looking to drop it down to Sprat, who just lets Matthew go over the top. That does nearly go in. Matthew just misses, though.
Oh, the follow-up. Cheery can't get it. Morse finishes the job. 5 goals for Uncheerful Ends. What a turnaround.
Look, when you're up 4-1, it's okay if it's your first touch. It's going to be fine. Morse able to find it, get that goal. So it's going to be a 5-1 lead now. Very likely that's going to be bringing, well, yeah, that is going to end the second game. So, Jake, if you remember what I said before, we're either getting the 3-0 or the game 5. I think I'm getting myself locked and ready to go for 5 tonight.
It's feeling like 5 games. I mean, back and forth. It looks like maybe another goal. I guess Gaming Gamers are going to let it float in. We'll have to see. Game 3 could be a completely different story now.
Yeah, it really could be. I mean, we're on the precipice of the Brazil in the South American-themed match. It would make sense to me if we get another kickoff goal here.
I mean, it would just make sense to me because it's the Challenger Series. Matthew.
Oh?
Gets it. Hawk is passive.
Cheery's
He
there.
gets bumps. And that was a nice save.
Morse still tries to drop it down, and it nearly got his own goal there. This is a lot of effort being put into a 6-1 game. That is going to do it, though. Uncheerful Ends walk away with the Game 2 victory. And, look, I know at the end of Game 1 I was calling for their attack to be more dynamic. Personally, I don't think it was, but it turns out it didn't need to be with the holes the Gaming Gamers rotations were leaving for them.
It was simple goals from Uncheerful Ends. Kind of the same style they went for Game 1, but Gaming Gamers weren't able to step up in such a big way, and their defense just certainly wasn't as solid.
Yeah, I thought they would be a little bit more controlled, but I do think Game 1 would have given them maybe a lot of confidence, and then when those quick goals kind of are found against them, could have rattled a little bit. I don't know. They didn't look like that same disciplined team that we saw in game number 1, and it started to make me think how important the lead might be in this series, where like both these teams, as soon as they fall behind, maybe fall apart a little bit. This could be a game determined by first goals. It really could be so far.
Max, I'm realizing we should have seen this coming from Sprat. Because Sprat has always been a player who's like consistent, but if he has a great day and is scoring awesome goals, he can't help but troll in defense. It's like, it's never with Sprat great offense, solid defense. It's either like solid all round, or if he's popping off, he just can't seem to defend on the same day.
That feels like a problem with so many players in OCE. Like, Sprat's not the only one I can think of. The other name that comes straight to my mind is Laxton as that type of player as well. Like, and even to like almost a lesser extent, I almost want to say the entire Gaming Gamers team actually kind of fits that description, as no one wants to hit the ball. About 10 seconds into this kickoff, here comes Zen, just shut down by Matthew, finds Morse, deep clear, not there.
You certainly can't blame the entirety of last game on Sprat. You're right, all of Gaming Gamers fell apart in their defensive duties. Things not going their way, but they have a clean slate. We'll see if they can recompose themselves.
Bump from Zen, a lot of free touch for Hawk, not as far as they would like. Still in control of the Gaming Gamers till Matthew plays keep away, and I want to highlight how well Matthew has actually been playing thus far. From behind, Matthew though can't beat Hawk, and that's going to be the first goal.
Hawk's been looking for these all series. The follow is there. Keeps that flip to keep the momentum going and just dunks Matthew on the goal line.
Yeah, that was a Hawk special. It feels like you kind of come to expect those from this player. And right as I want to highlight Matthew as well, because Matthew has been looking, outside of getting dunked on right there, Matthew has been looking very, very strong.
He's looking confident. He's been a big playmaker. Driving around the pitch, being where he needs to be. Here's Morse with some space. Gets it to Cheery. Cheery can't get it back to his teammate though.
Not there on this time. Challenge from Morse does though get it back to Cheery, who has Matthew across the middle. They're looking to connect. The shot goes very wide.
No, I mean the shot was saved by Cheery. He couldn't get out of the way. Almost a great idea, but the execution wasn't there.
Yeah, but I still like that. That's kind of the more dynamic attacks I was hoping to see going into game 2. As mentioned before, they didn't really need them. See what happens here. Hawk versus Cheery. Sees Hawk get to the ball first, looking for the double. It's down to Sprat. Matthew had read the pass, though, was able to get behind it. Zen now will be looking to play that up, and Sprat gets a demo that opens up the right side. However, Cheery does play keep away. Hawk won't find the shot.
Hawk keeps the pressure, at least for a moment, but Matthew comes in with a big dunk.
Morse.
It feels like Uncheerful Ends struggle a bit in like their default pressure position. You can see they're constantly backwards, and it's Gaming Gamers so much space, but Zen can't get it done.
Ooh, Zen was hunting for that one. Not going to find it this time, so maybe we get to see some Uncheerful Ending attack. No, we don't. It's more Gaming Gamers right now. Hawk looking down to Sprat. Into the corner we go. It's a pass out. Caught by Morse. Cheery and Matthew can lead block. Both of them miss. Might not matter. Morse was pre-jumping for a mega dunk, but doesn't find it.
Hawk was barely back in time. Zen was in a lot of trouble. 1v3 there, but fought just enough time. Look at him now, continuing the pressure forward, but it's to Cheery. Matthew has a lot of space here. Slows the ball down and then changes for a shot, but no goal.
Morse off the ceiling has Cheery. They're not going to find each other. Not this time, at least. Clock continuing to whittle away. Swing and a miss from Sprat. Both Zen and Hawk go up. And, well, Zen does find the ball, so Hawk's able to slide down, save that boost, and get the clearing touch. Expect Uncheerful Ends to maybe start to get a little bit more aggressive now. Just 2 minutes remaining in this game. They still find themselves behind, and now Morse with the pop-up. The clears always find the Gaming Gamers rotating back.
Gaming Gamers are struggling to get that pressure going. And Uncheerful Ends, they've had so many close opportunities, but they are still a goal down.
Yeah, they haven't just been able to capitalize. So this could be a moment here, straight down the middle. It's caught by Morse versus Sprat. Doesn't get the dunk.
Looking more like game 1. Gaming Gamers, no matter what, are just rotating back so quickly, so fast in defense as well, not letting anything easy past them.
It's amazing how much more willing they are to rotate back on defense when they're playing with the lead. But when they're behind, it's just always drive forward, forget the defense, we need to score now. But when they're ahead, yeah, they're more confident in being able to get back there, although Hawk's out of position, and that's going to be a tie game.
Massive mistake from Hawk. And Zen passing straight to Matthew. Hawk's too slow back and just misreads that. Big way. Morse capitalizing.
Yeah, that was a big capitalization, and now all of a sudden, we got ourselves what could be a very interesting, final minute in this one. Again, the winner goes to match point. And in this tight series, that could mean a lot. Even though I did claim game 5, I'm known to get predictions wrong. Here comes Cheery, doesn't get it over Sprat.
Get it over. Oh, gets the follow-up. Well played from him. Cheerful Ends get dunked. Sprat gets it. Sento, someone there. They are, but Morse has the save.
This might have it for the time being. Matthew just gets dunked on by Hawk. Cheery underneath, able to catch. Sprat's going to put pressure on. Cheery gets demoed. Good job from Sprat. And that could open the doorway. Zen has Hawk behind. They're going for the backboard. Morse catches it. Hawk's going to try and shadow underneath. Leaves it for Sprat instead. Doesn't get the pass across the middle. It's a deeper, but no! It's not off the post and in. Matthew tries to recover. Hawk should get the backboard reach. Cheery's there, though. Has Matthew in the goal, but it's a weak touch, and Zen's able to corral it.
Pressure's continuing. Zen doesn't have the boost to get a pass, but Sprat gets the big clear. Zen is desperate here. Has no boost. Cheery keeps the pressure on. Matthew, can he get it sent to his teammate? He's going himself, gets a flip reset, but the defense is back for Gaming Gamers.
Morse looking to center it over to Cheery. They do make contact into the opposite corner. We go from underneath. Matthew gets the next touch. Wasn't able to score it. As we go into an overtime. 1 each. Let's see what the Gaming Gamers can bring. Through that corner, Zen's able to find it. Morse is the next one. Through said corner, gets that next touch. Bring it back across the middle of the field. Caught by Matthew. Sprat is there, though.
Sprat patiently waiting in defense. That's a great touch from Cheery, but Zen and Hawk both have enough boost. It's a panicked clear, but Morse missed times. What a missed chance.
Yeah, so we wind up going across the middle of the field. Matthew now bring it back to the other side. Sprat, light touch. Cheery swings and misses, though, and that will open the door for Morse. Now through the corner. Wanted that goal, not able to find it. Matthew, that's it! Across the Morse, and in it goes!
What a read from Matthew. This just gets flown to the other side of the field. Sped up by Zen, but Matthew is there. Gets it center. Morse recovers in time, and they take game 3.
Yeah, Gaming Gamers just not really expecting that sort of swing coming from the uncheerful ends, it looks like. Able to find that touch, pass, shot, goal. I mean, it all came together for them. So now, Gaming Gamers, despite looking so good game number 1, those holes in the defense, those uh-oh moments, the double commit in that overtime, it's costing them. They only had 2 shots that game, Jake.
Wow, seriously? Didn't feel like that.
No.
Wow, and then Uncheerful Ends had 16. That did not feel that one-sided, let's be honest.
Well, for the first minute and a half, it was all Gaming Gamers, but after that, like, when you think about it, yeah, it was kind of dominated by the Uncheerful Ends. They were just able to control it, and it's a little bit surprising because you would expect a team like the Gaming Gamers with the players in their playstyle to be able to find those clears, to be able to find those moments where they can put the pressure on, but I don't know. Didn't really come through for them, and now game number 4, must-win situation for the Gaming Gamers. Hawk was the one who stepped up to get the first goal last game. Maybe he'll do it again.
That's a great pass to Hawk. Does he have the shot? It's a crossbar. Rare miss. Such a great opportunity.
See if Zen's going to be able to find something. It's down and in. The spike from Zen.
3 players out of nowhere. Hawk. It's an awesome pass. Look how quick Zen was to that.
Woo. All 3 defenders went high, though. No one was underneath for that situation. Good recognition by Zen to know where the hole was going to be. Finds that touch, finds that goal. And I don't think they're done yet. This kickoff looks dangerous as well for the Gaming Gamers. Matthew, though, will clear it out.
We've seen how much better they play with the lead, especially in defense. This is a great start for Gaming Gamers, but it wasn't enough to get them over the line in the previous game.
See what they'll be able to find as we go across the Sprat now looking for Hawk. That's going to be a touch. Backboard down and in. Hawk with the double.
Beautiful from Hawk. Amazing setup from Sprat. Staying involved in the play, and Hawk just makes this too tricky for Matthew to deal with.
Again, if Hawk is given space, you know the mechanics are there to just make you second guess where they're going to go with that ball, and it's so tough to defend from that position. Hawk, really well done. Gaming Gamers, oh, get an incredible pitch out of the corner. Unfortunately for Sprat, it was a little too tough of an angle.
It goes straight back to the other side where Morse has a pinch chance of his own. They're keeping up the pressure. Matthew's quick. The shot wasn't on.
Oh, it was open. It was there for the taking. Matthew's going to be a little bit frustrated with that one, you'd have to imagine. Still, it's early days in game 4. There's a chance to come back. Morse also puts it high.
And then Matthew clears it to the side on Cheerful Ends, and then they might even get scored on. It's past Morse. How does that happen?
We regressed to year 8 soccer. Everyone's just chasing the ball and just watching it go right through. Oh, it's a disaster. Uncheerful ends. Get an uncheerful end to that play, that's for sure. Already down 3, not even a minute and a half in. The Gaming Gamers, they've woken back up.
We saw how much struggle it took to even come back from a single goal deficit. Although here's a chance, but what an insane save out of Hawk.
Hawk is just, you know, with the pressure on, again, that last hurdle, it feels like this is where the Gaming Gamers should thrive. This is where their laid-back attitude should come through because, yeah, they're looking composed and great, whereas Uncheerful Ends, since the start of game number 4, have looked a little all over the place.
Absolutely. I mean, Gaming Gamers have just come off a Game 5 win. They're used to these high-pressure situations, almost playing better.
Oh, no.
There's a demo. Looked like Matthew actually got the demo, but either way, Hawk gets the solo goal.
Yeah, I mean, again, Hawk with space. This should be a given, especially with the net that open. If that had bounced post and out, I would have been so incredibly disappointed, but it didn't, so we don't need to worry about that.
Well, certainly playing with the margins there. Gets it done. Cheery is a chance, but it's another save.
Oh, they just can't score. They just can't score. The game 4, no points allowed for the uncheerful ending. Let's see what happens. It's Sprat over the top. Might have Hawk underneath. Morse is able to play keep away. Halfway through this game, already a 4-0 lead for the Gaming Gamers. It feels like we're going to Champions Field, Jake. It really does. Something about these two teams, we knew it was going to be that kind of day. Sprat reset backward down to Zen, and in it goes.
What a beautiful pass. Gets the flip reset. Isn't too selfish either. Wouldn't have scored if he took the shot. He keeps it high, trusts his teammate, and Zen taps it in.
That was a good one, and now with the 5-0 lead, it's looking more and more likely that the Gaming Gamers... Well, okay, you know what? I'm calling it now. I don't even... If 5-goal comeback, it's not happening. It's not happening. Not with the near misses that we've seen, Jake. We're going to Champions Field. I'm content. Doesn't matter if Morse has a semi-open looking situation. Sprat's going to be there.
You just got to tell the players. Just tell them to give up. It's GG. There's no chance left in this game. Just go straight to the Game 5.
Let's go straight to Game 5. Here we go. Hawk underneath, looking for the dribble, looking for the flick, looking for the goal, not going to find it. You see Sprat looking to connect back across to Zen. Cheery gets bumped by Sprat, so it's a free touch for Zen. Cheery has to rotate back to the net. They get the save. Hawk left the middle of the pitch open. Here comes Matthew. Not going to find too much.
Matthew's been struggling to score. I'm just thinking about that open net miss as well. Nothing's gone on Schiffelen's way. And looking at Game 5, that's not the type of situation you want to have for your confidence.
No, it's not. Not in this situation at all. Zen through the corner, gets one touch, but won't be able to get it past Morse. They stay underneath. Eventually will be caught by Cheery, who wants to follow through underneath. Has to be a bit careful here. Hawks still able to get it to Matthew. As we need to ride both ways. A chance, but still no goal.
No goal just yet. Morse off the corner. Sets up Matthew, but can't get it on target.
All right, 1 minute to go, Jake. We're going to the Game 5. We really shouldn't have expected anything else in this series. I mean, how has it been so one-sided both ways as Morse just makes all the Gaming Gamers look silly?
I mean, we've gone back to Game 3, apparently. Gaming Gamers, no one can touch the ball after what looked like a flawless game. Now they're starting to show some cracks before heading into that 5th game.
And it should be worth noted, too, the winner of this series will be taking on Serrani. They have 3-0'd their other semifinal match as well, so that's who's waiting. Both these teams want that chance of revenge, right? Because they each went 5 games against Serrani last week. And they're going to be going 5 games in their matchup against each other now. Yeah, it does feel this second half of the day is going to be the endurance. Cheery gets a second, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but those were 2 fast goals.
This was a beautiful goal. Look at that flick from Cheery. The power, the accuracy. They're getting ready for this decider.
Yeah, I think so. This is a good time to start building that momentum, I suppose. Don't know how much of it could be Gaming Gainers just letting things off the gas pedal, I suppose. We will come through that corner right there. Morse will collect off the roof, down and out. Did I call them the Gaming Gainers? I think I did. I want that team now, because we had the gaming gamers versus the greater gaming gamers. Can we get the gaining gamers versus the gaining gainers? That would be...
Who are the small players in Rocket League? We need a full team.
You would have a better idea of that than I would. Like, who's hitting the gym with you? Like, who's there, Jake?
Torsos has been getting bigger, man. He's been looking good. Glad Torsos. I don't know about the other players. We gotta catch up.
Who would be the most swole Oceanic team? I actually am curious on that one. Twitch chat, I'm gonna have a look your way for that as well. I think again you probably have the better idea. If we were to get you backside, who's on the swole team? That's what I want. And you can't say yourself, all right? Because I know Lunar's in chat, probably just gonna immediately just like, oh yeah, me. No. That can't be yourself.
Luna's reasonably swole, but also
Lunar
retired, so it doesn't count.
True. Yeah, that is true.
I need to look at the cams more. When I went to when I met up with the Rocket League players in Sydney, I saw Vortex and I was like, "Oh hi, who are you?" I just didn't recognize him. So yeah,
Vortex is not on the swole team. No offense to Vortex, he's not. I don't think he could get there. Again, everyone could get onto the swole team.
Vortex is all right.
Actually,
He
with
was
Hawk,
reasonably. Hawk, I mean, look, Tradee's a buff ass. I mean,
exactly. That's my thinking. Hawk's got tradie strength. I think that's a good one. Also, oh wait, okay. Amphis plays football. Amphis would be in shape. I don't know if he's swole.
Swole though.
But they've got the fitness, right? They've got that first step too.
He's got the potential.
Exactly. Leduc, Walcott, and Spydoge. Actually.
Walcott's swole.
Walcott pretty swole. I like that
Walcott
shot.
back.
Yeah. That's a good shot. Here we go, though. Game 5 underway. Jake is on the swole team. I agree, Tins. I do agree. But yeah, Game 5 now underway. This is an important one. Dude, you're the only Rocket League player in history who has run a marathon.
No, Calix did. Calix inspired me.
Okay.
That on Twitter.
So there's two of you. There's two of you.
There's two that are known.
You can't even field a full team with that. Here we go. Zed, touch off the backboard. Matthew will be able to collect.
This game started out pretty evenly. It's been a bit back and forth, and we have a pause, or I've lagged out.
It is a pause. We do have a pause. It's a pause from the gaming gamers. Shouldn't take too long. Just looks to be a bit of a audio hiccup, and we'll get back into this one. There has to be a third player who has run that marathon, though. Who would you? It would be Amphis again, the football player, right?
Amphis would be able to do it, yeah.
Also Hunter. Hunter as well plays basketball.
Oh, is he basketball? Is he?
Yeah, he's a basketballer, and that's just
is he tall? He looks. I don't know. He's still got some growing in him, though. I guess he could end up tall.
And again, like I think basketball, you have to have a surprising amount of endurance for. You're sprinting up and down that court for like an hour straight.
You're right. Basketball's hard, bro.
Basketball.
That'll make you throw up.
Yeah, so I think Hunter's up there as well. I think we got a team, bro. Torsos, Amphis, Hunter. That's the swole team right there.
Yeah, but we got. I like the Hawk shout. Even if he doesn't look swole, Tradee's are strong.
You have to. Right, it's a tough job. Unironically, here we go. Zed, no, misses the open touch.
Wow, Cherry smashes it back to the other side. Neither team able to maintain possession in this fifth game. It's been back and forth from the very start.
It really has been right now. We'll see who comes out. Sprat underneath is going to get that touch. Wants to find Morse. Will be the deep clear. Matthew wants to read the backboard. Hawk finds it, but Morse is underneath. And that's going to be the first goal to the uncheerful ends.
It's been a few games. It's been gaming gamers getting that first goal buff. But here we are. Morse is quicker than gaming gamers are used to. Finds that open net.
Yeah, that was, you know what, that's a bit of recovery because it does feel like they were about to score when the pods came through. They're able to get one there, and they might be able to add two, and Cheery straight down the middle, can't beat out Hawk, who looks to bring it back the other way.
The most confident dribble out of Cheery. Hawk read that every day of the week.
Sprat.
Pass. Sprat
oh no, it's open now, but it's a weaker touch from Cheery. Matthew into the corner. Sprat will play post. Try to get some space. You have Morse across the middle. Hawk has to be careful where they put it. As they do go to the corner, Zen able to follow it up. Morse does eventually get the read. Has Cheery. Sprat should get there first, but Sprat just misses the ball!
But what a shot from Cheery, let's be honest. Sprat struggling still, look, playing way too quickly, but Cheery reads it every day of the week to get that in.
I don't know whether to be disappointed in Sprat's read or incredibly impressed that Cheery knew Sprat was going to miss it.
Yeah, well, you could kind of tell Sprat was just, he was going way too quick from the very offset. I bet even he knew he wasn't getting close to it.
Oh, as Morse intercepts that touch from Sprat, it's 3-0!
What has happened? Gaming Gamers were looking so good and it's just fallen apart.
He just dropped it right to Morse.
Morse has picked up the pace though. He's playing
Yes.
quick and it is working out.
Oh man, that was some big time turnarounds right now. And now Morse wants to try to find Matthew. Won't go too far. Said it's going to be Zed looking to clear it up. Morse tries to put it to that side while Cheery is there. Wants to go up high. Has to beat out Hawk underneath. Hawk has that read, has that play. Morse again gets covered off by Cheery. Not too much with it. Matthew up and around, finds Morse. Find Matthew, and now the passing play is coming through. A little bit slow though. Defense has established themselves, and Sprat does make the read.
Smashes it to the other side, but it's not to a teammate. Actually doesn't get the best clear though. There's Zen. Maybe going to set up some pressure now, but it feels like Gamers are playing very passively here.
Gaming Gamers looking in control. Cheery around that corner will be able to catch Zen. Here comes Morse, touchdown. Sprat wants to rotate back and around. Just kind of runs into own team traffic. Still 2 minutes left in this game. Still looking very, very strong for this blue side. Hawk able to read that middle of the field. Matthew from underneath pops it up, wants to stay underneath. As they go across the tier, he can't find too much there. Sprat now loses out to Morse.
On the back foot. Bit of a risky touch there, but he does get it over Matthew. Sending it all the way to the other side. Look, the Gamers are actually running out of time here. If they can't score now, which Zen can't, he gets blocked. Every moment ticking down, it's less and less of a chance that they can make this comeback.
Yeah, it really feels like it's going to be an uncheerful end. That said, they should have gotten the goal there. Matthew saved from behind. Keeps it away from Zen, who would have had that shot. Now Sprat goes their own corner. Matthew cuts it off. Hawk barely gets that save.
Wow, keeping them in this game. 4 goals probably would have been too much to come back from. They're keeping the pressure as well. Hawk's going to get the shot. What a save from Matthew. The follow-up from Sprat. It's good. Game is back on.
Yeah, we're not done yet, Jake. It's not ending yet. Hawk, I mean, almost just muscled it over the top of Matthew right there, but too much pressure from the Gaming Gamers. 2 goals, a minute 7. Look, we've seen it done before, and we've seen it done by, these players on the Gaming Gamers before. They're a team that can pull it off. The question is, will they be given the chance to? Hawk, I liked that redirect. Almost found their mark. There's still a demo. Power play in favor of the team in orange. Matthew still beats out the shot.
10 uncheerful ends step up in the final moments. They were unable to last week. The pressure got the better of them, but at the moment they have 2 goals to hang on. Zen, that shot is no good.
Hawk down. Still no shot. Sprat looks, but again can't get there in time. 38 seconds remaining. This is pretty dire for the Gaming Gamers. They have the pressure. They just don't have that final blow. What was that touch?
They're going the wrong way. They're panicking. 30 seconds left. Now they're missing the ball. Now everyone is missing the ball. What is going on?
Oh, it's up for grabs. Sprat gets there first. Hawk has a chance to get a big clear.
Good.
Cheery, though, fights it first, and that's going to do it for this game. The uncheerful ends are going to be getting their rematch against Serrani.
Beautifully done. They handle the pressure. Look how calm and collected Cheery was to get the game winner. Gaming Gamers falling apart in the final moments. Unable to make that miracle run again.
Unable to find it. A bit unfortunate for Team GG. Said it's going to be Team UE. Uncheerful ends giving the ending to the Gaming Gamers. They're going to be moving on. A match against Serrani. One more best of 5. Uncheerful ends. Again, when they get that first goal, when they get that control of the tempo and of the pitch, they just look so strong.
They were looking good. I liked what I was seeing. Certainly, some of those games ran away from them in a dire way, so maybe the consistency's not there yet, but I'm loving it. You can see this team has some high highs.
Yeah, they do had some very high highs, and we'll see how high those highs can actually get them. It's another trip to the Challenger final for the Ungrateful Ends, but Serrani was the team that won this event last week. So it's definitely still going to be difficult for them as they move forward. We too are going to move forward, but first we're going to be taking a break. When we do come back, though, it will be our finals of the Challenger. Winner goes on to the Gauntlet. Stick around. One more game left.
Yeah. How do I sound with it when I hit the ground? 100-mile finish. My moment now ain't no mouse in us. I'm on the prowl and my style fitted. My time, give me high fives. Get a picture of the wise guy. What's a wave to a high tide? Never stop when you my size. Man, this my, I said this my moment. I said this my moment. I came here to own it. Man, this my moment. Man, this my, I said this my moment.
Welcome back, everybody. Look, we've only got one more series today. It's another Challenger final, and I don't know what it is, but as soon as we get to the semis, as soon as we get to the finals, we get 5 games, Jake. That's the rule, so I'm expecting this rematch to go 5 games one more time.
This rematch had uncheerful ends almost reverse sweeping. They came so close, and then just to lose 1-0 in that final match, so anything could happen. Match coming up.
Yeah, that said, Serrani, it's a new lineup for them. They're mixing it up from what we saw last time. They got the 3-0 over Odium with this new squad. I'm expecting things pretty high, but the big news, Kaka not playing this week. Instead, Finn is back on the lineup, and I have to think, this could be a positive change. It could be an equal change. I mean, you have to remember back when Finn was playing with Kaka, that's arguably when he looked at his best, back with that old Ground Zero lineup. But these days, Finn's been a little quieter, has been a core of Serrani. I feel like this could be a good movement for them, though.
And Fades is the other player, right? Because it's got Fades as the sub here, but has he been core as well, has he?
I mean, it's the second week in a row we've seen him.
Who knows in this off-season, who knows who's core, who's sub. Either way, you're right. Finn's always been a good player, highly rated, so certainly still a good shot.
And yeah, I'm going back to Fade. It's like, again, second week in a row we're seeing Fade's on the team. Can you really say they're a sub then? I mean, I'm sure someone probably would. What's a sub? Always a sub, I guess. I don't know. I still remember when Sicky was a sub. And then, everyone's like, oh, I'm surprised Sicky's playing so well as a sub. I'm like, it's Sicky! And in this situation, it's this team. Uh-oh, lineup just changed. Wait, why did Kaka just come back in? Why did Kaka... I'm looking at the map right now. It is Pagsy, Finn, and Fades. There's the 3 on the pitch. I don't think that's Kaka that's going to be playing.
No. Kaka's gone. Who knows what he's doing. I'm keen to see Finn back. He's a freestyler.
Wherever he is, I'm hoping he's doing well. And yeah, Finn can be that freestyler. Although, I have to admit, in recent years, we haven't really seen that side of Finn as much. He's been much more of a core team player and has been more focused on trying to win matches. And even though, again, Serrani might not have hit the same highs that Ground Zero did, the fact that the Serrani team, even back during the spring split of RCS, was getting those deep runs with Pagsy, with Tangoat when they came through. Finn was the consistent member, right? Finn was the one who really, I feel like, was the glue keeping that team on the forward trajectory. So, yeah, seeing Finn back on this lineup, I do feel Serrani should be the favorites in this match.
I think you might be right. Uncheerful ends are looking better, though. I mean, they just took out Gaming Gamers, but you'll have to think that Serrani will probably be that next level.
Would be, although Uncheerful ends were so close last time, they could be so close this time as well. Excited to see how they piece it together. Excited to see what they do look like. If they get that early lead, good things can happen. But I'm even looking at the score lines from that last semifinal. Serrani 4-1, 3-2, 4-1. They were pretty dominant over Odium. If they're in form, it's going to be a tough match for Uncheerful.
Twitch chat's given 3-1 odds to Serrani. I rate that. I think Serrani are certainly the favorites here. I mean, last week could have easily been a 3-0 if it weren't for that turnaround from Uncheerful Ends. So certainly Serrani are the favorites, but anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Of course, the winner of this one does go on to play tomorrow in the Gauntlet. First matchup against the Gremlins. They've been the gatekeeper of the Gauntlet for a little while now. Let's see if we're going to get that. Well, that matchup we never got, actually, because Serrani had to forfeit last week. So maybe we can finally get that Serrani versus Gremlins matchup as we kick it off. 5 minutes on the clock. Best of 5 to determine who moves on.
And Starts off with a pinch off the wall. Didn't get the power he was after. Back and forth already. Possession, swapping sides, but no chances yet.
Chances early in this one as Fades together clear across the middle. Matthew and Morse kind of bump into each other. We'll see what Finn will be able to do now. Straight down the center, caught by Cheery. No initial goal. So we're going to see cross up to the other side. Matthew wanted to stay with it. So we're going to get Finn wanting to drop down to someone. Anyone. There's Pagsy there, a little bit of a bump. But still no goal.
No goal. Cheery air dribbling it out. It's awkward for all teams. That's now just staying in the midfield. Still, neither team too close to scoring just yet.
Nothing too crazy out of the gate, but Finn will go for a kind of risky defensive pass to Pagsy. He does get in the way. Fade still goes along the corridor, but that's going to get shut down by Matthew, who wants to stay with it. Not able to find too quick either. I like the midfield control from Montreal Full Ends. I like how they're approaching the ball. This is a lot more disciplined actually on the attack than when we saw that last time. And of course, as soon as you say that, Finn finds the intercept.
I don't think that was Finn. That was Morse just smashing the ball to his other side. Playing for the wrong team. You're right. It feels like it's switched, honestly. I'd be expecting Serrani to be the one dominating the pressure game, but it's been all on Cheerful Ends, although here comes Serrani with the first goal. The ground pinch is faked, turns into a nice pass, and they get it done.
Yeah, that was just clean touch from Pagsy. Top bar down and in. 1-0 to Serrani. They do it after playing off the back foot for a majority of that first minute and a half, but it can show how decisive this team can be when they see those openings.
Looking good. Pagsy smashes the ball down the field. Trying to set up another goal. Suddenly, feels like Serrani are the ones in the driver's seat here.
They are, and I mean, it's what we kind of expect from them, especially considering what Uncheerful Ends can look like when they start to fall behind. We'll see, though, if they can continue to play with, the confidence. Pretend like you have a lead if it makes you play better. That would be my suggestion to them right now, but really looking... did you ever used to do that when you played, like, just in your mind change the actual state of the game to keep you in a more calm position?
Sorry, what do you mean exactly?
Like, let's say you're losing 2-0, but if you're feeling like you play better with the lead, you just imagine that you're ahead 2-0.
Sounds like Gopium to me. I don't know.
Fair enough. But, I think it might work for somebody out there. Just live in your own world where the scoreline is wherever you want it to be, as long as you keep playing.
No, you're right. I always tried to just always play the same no matter what the scoreboard was, because that's what you're most practiced with, right? Because we see it sometimes with these teams when they try too hard to get their lead back, they just throw it away even worse.
But at that same token, sometimes I also think teams play better with 0 seconds remaining. Like, there is that moment where it's like 0 seconds, got to make it happen, and they hit that sort of next level. Just imagine if you played every moment like that. I don't know, pretend every play is 0 seconds. The ball's never allowed to hit the ground.
Yeah, so you just want the Rocket League with the floor is lava mode.
Exactly. That would be... It's like Hot Drop, but there's never any ground.
I'm all for it. Get some RLCS competition level. Don't drop the potato. Either way, here's Pagsy. Has an open net, who misses it.
Yeah, I would have thought that should have been a goal. A little bit disappointed Pagsy wasn't able to find it, but sure they'll get more chances. At the moment, it is going to be Fades with the reset. Now looking for the next touch. Fades does get to the backboard, but the positioning is weird from Serrani. Both Finn and Pagsy on opposite walls, playing the sidelines, and it almost left the middle of the pitch open.
Almost. They hang on to their lead. Uncheerful Ends still shut out of this match. Actually, still haven't even put a shot on them.
Yeah, that's actually an insane thing to think about, considering, at the start of the game, they were the ones putting the pressure on. They were on the attacking half. But proactive defense has been the name of the game for Serrani, and it's working in their favor. There's a pass. The net is open. It's going in. 2-0 to possibly put this game away.
That's a clinical counterattack here. Cheery looked good slowing it down, but it's Matthew who just gets caught up. A bit too aggressive in that third man role, and Finn's in the perfect spot.
That will do it. 2-0. Very good start for Serrani. Let's see what more they can find as Pagsy wants to go down the middle. Fades, misses. That could be the moment Uncheerful Ends needs. It won't be, though. A little bit unfortunate there as Finn wants to connect with Matthew. Has the reset. Morse is underneath. Still, Finn gets there first.
Finn flies past the ball. Cheery tries to get to Morse, but it's a miss. It's not flowing too well at the moment for Uncheerful Ends.
No, it's a little bit rough, unfortunately, for the very uncheerful side. Very dour, very sour. Fades. Be able to get past Matthew. 13 seconds to go. This has to connect, but instead it goes to the backboard.
I don't know if the fake play was the right move. You can see it kind of worked, but just ended up going to the corner. Time's going to run out. Serrani taking out the first match.
Yeah, and then a shutout as well. I mean, again, it's only 2-0, and it did feel like a majority of that game was played on the orange side of the pitch, but with 0 shots allowed.
Wow, the whole game.
That a very bizarre game, I think, for Serrani, but like at the same token, they made it work.
They got it done. You can't argue with those stats. That's dominant. I mean, no shots allowed. It still felt like Uncheerful Ends were controlling it at some point, but at the same time, it kind of reminded me of the first match in the last series. It felt like Uncheerful Ends were just coming in a bit cold and not warmed up, which isn't the case, but maybe they're just slow starters in series.
That could be the case. They could be the slow starters kind of getting that feel out, but it just felt like, while yes, the ball was on the blue side of the pitch, it was a very proactive defense. Like, they were constantly getting interceptions. They were constantly playing keep away or making sure the ball got, like, locked down in the corner. It was obviously incredibly difficult for Uncheerful Ends to set up any sort of plays. They're going to have to mix things up, and if that means playing a little bit further back for the Uncheerful Ends and maybe hoping for an overcommit punish, that could be the word go. Either way, this could be their first shot, but again, Pagsy just intercepts it away. Finn turns it into a breakaway, and it's 1-0.
Oh, they're just so clinical on these counterattacks. Faith tries to get the steal, but not quite.
Dude, imagine having to dunk on your own teammate in order to make sure you get the goal.
I rate that. It shows how much fun they're having out there. I mean, that is a cheeky play to do with the grand fight, or the final match of the challenges.
But you're right, though. It does show their confidence. Open net for Fades. It's going to go in. 2-0 lead.
I mean, we've seen plenty of players miss that today. That was clinical. Even though it was open, it's so quick.
Yeah. And again, I mean, those are the types of plays that we want to see more and more from a player like Fades, who is still kind of that younger, coming more into their own, playing at that higher and higher level. I mean, so far in this series, Fades hasn't had to do much more, so that could be the first shot, but no! Pagsy takes it away, and it doesn't get registered.
Matthews sets it up.
There it is.
Yes, I don't know that anymore.
That's the first shot. That's the first shot. I mean, it comes at the cost of another goal, but, you know,
It's worth
sometimes...
it, let's be honest.
Sometimes you gotta, you know, take 2 steps back to take that 1 step forward.
And it's another seemingly easy counterattack. I mean, the demo made it, but still, these balls are just getting walked in for the Serrani side.
Just getting popped in again and again and again. 3-0 now. We're not even a minute into this game. I'm getting very worried for Uncheerful Ends that, like, this series, it could be one of those rough ones.
It's not looking good. Oh, Fades. Wow. Matthew barely keeps that out, but it's not a good sign how well Fades is playing.
No, it's not. It's been a roughie in that regard. Yeah, something's got to change, obviously, for Uncheerful Ends right now. They've got to find a way to be a bit more dynamic on the attack, maybe take advantage of double commits like that. I mean, the door was opened up for them, but no one was there to finish the play, and now, once again, we're coming back to the orange side. Finn almost gets the touch. Matthew had to be proactive for that save. Double commit. Panic defense from Uncheerful Ends, but they still get the clear.
Pass it over to Finn. Finn gets it back to Pagsy. Cheery misses. Morse keeps up the pressure. Feels like Uncheerful Ends need a goal. Maybe not even to win this game, but just to get their confidence back to think further into the series.
Yeah, I think you're right in that sort of assessment right now. They need a win in some, well, be that a goal, be that a big time save. They just need something to rally themselves around, because we're seeing hesitation, we're seeing kind of sloppy touches, we're just not seeing the confidence that the team plays so well with. It's a double commit off the backboard, open net for Pagsy, who still almost put it straight at Matthew. Either way, 4-0 lead.
Doesn't matter if it goes in, the pressure is too much. On Cheerful Ends, just double committing. Matthew gets bumped. Actually, just flailing around in that net. This is brutal.
We're not even halfway through game 2, and it's already 4 goals. in favor of Surani. This could be an opening, though. Kickoff was good. Matthew wants to drop it down to Morse. Finn plays keep away.
Not quite. Cheery misses. Finn misses. Pagsy smashes it off him, but gets it on net, gets it to Fades. Doesn't have the double touch.
And whoa, what? Please, please, please! Oh, it's a little bit to this. That was almost my favorite own goal, like, of
Ever.
the past 2 weeks.
Oh, just in the past 2 weeks? That would have been a sick own goal.
I mean, there's been so many, right? That's still going to be a goal, though, for Cheery.
Wow, the chaos falls in Uncheerful End's favor. They finally get something on the board. It's a beautiful pass from Matthew. And a great finish from Cheery.
It all comes together. They turn it around. They get that goal. Things looking fantastic. Still for Surani, but they needed that moment, right? On the Uncheerful Ends, they needed that catalyst to bring them back in, and maybe that could be it. Although a goal against them would ruin it. Pagsy wants it. Not going to find it.
Why? Here's Cheery. Can't get it over. It's stalling the ball in the midfield. It's just buying time, it seems. Still a 3-goal lead. 2 minutes remaining on Cheerful Ends. They need quick goals.
They do. They need some very quick goals. There's some snap plays, some confidence in their favor. A Nolar goal against them would be the nail in this one. Cheery's not going to allow it. Gets the dunk. Has Morse coming through the corner. Matthew across the middle. Do they find each other? Not this time. Fades. Right corner. Try to find something. Cheery off that roof. Ball doesn't quite fall down. Leave it for Matthew. Loses out on that 50 to Finn. Minute and a half still to go. Surani control of this game. Will they be able to finish the deal?
Cheery tries to get it to Matthew. Matthew's slowing the ball down. He's getting past people, but he's really connecting very smoothly right now.
Double demos on the opposite end now through that backboard. It's another double commit from the team in orange. That's getting a little bit spooky. Pagsy has Finn. Doesn't connect though. Morse able to defend. Looked like Finn wanted to read that defensive touch. Now Finn has to play setup instead. Cheery plays keep away, but with 50 seconds, midfield control still favoring Surani. They're really trying to slow play that one through. Fortunately for Uncheerful, Morse gets the clear. The shot, Finn has the save.
Finn gets it, follows it through. Time is in their favor. Uncheerful Ends can't get anything going. They got that first goal. It was kind of the result of all that chaos from the own goal. They seem to be struggling to make Surani panic in the first place to set up those chances.
Yeah, I did think it's been hard just one side. Tim, you are right in that regards, but definitely a lot more from one side than the other. Good save by Matthew. Make a tight cut there, but with 15 seconds remaining, we are going to be going to the next game with the 2-0 lead, and Finn just it's I don't want to say it's icing on the cake at this stage. The cake's already been served up. Maybe it's just like a fancy plate that you're putting it on now.
That is just the nail in the coffin, isn't it? 5-1. Looking amazing. Uncheerful Ends only a single goal to their name in the series. It's looking like it could be a quick 3-0 without a serious change out of the Uncheerful Ends side.
Fade's trying to go for something there. Doesn't really come together. How many nails can you put into a coffin before it turns into a pig prison? That's what I want. Morse is able to get that one. So it's going to be a 5-2 ending. They get the 0-second goal. It was a good little pass from Cheery to Morse. That would have actually been sick. Had Morse let Cheery keep cooking with that. Either way, Surani 2-0 up, looking just as dominant in game number 2 as they did in game number 1, and I am incredibly concerned for the Uncheerful Ends chances.
No, especially without a timeout, right? Because maybe if they had like a solid minute to talk about what's going on, why can't they create any chances? Why are they letting so many goals in? But without that time to reset, think about what's going on, they might struggle.
Yeah, I think they are going to struggle. I just... It does look like Surani is that next level against them right now. I mean, Pagsy and Fades are each playing very, very well mechanically. They aren't making some of those mistakes that we saw them make in the past when Surani has struggled. Finn looking as consistent as ever. I mean, this team looks to be playing at that level we kind of expect them to be with the names on the squad and Uncheerful Ends. This is a growing series for them, but they need to grow fast right now. They kind of need that growth spurt if they're going to get back into it.
Well, they had it last time. Last time they almost reverse swept, and the first 2 games weren't close. So I guess it's a similar situation, but like I was saying last week, It was so close to just being a 3-0, and it feels the same this week. It's going to a 3-0. They've left it till the final moment, but they've done it once before. Can they do it again? Turn this series around in this third game.
They need that first goal. They need that something to rally around, something to build on. I really feel they can, and they might have it here, because Morse has the setup. Pagsy, though, strong on defense, plays keep away. Cheery down underneath. Can't get it to anyone else. Morse is going to have a peek right now, but Finn still is able to escort it to the corner and fades from underneath. Just gets Matthew looking silly. Weird touch from Finn, unable to recover for a shot.
Finn not as on goal as that needs to be. That's a beautiful pass to Fades. The power's not there, but the follow-up is, that was Fades following up his own touch to get the goal.
Yeah, and that was just a sick sort of change in momentum. The recovery from Fades, it happens just off the camera on that replay. A little unfortunate, but you can see the angle, the speed that they're going at, and then they snap right back there. That recovery was insane.
The backflip, because yeah, the shot was a little soft, but I don't think it would have gone in even if they had the power. Here's a chance for Matthew, actually, but Fades both ends of the pitch, getting it done.
Morse now with a chance. Had to double. Page was there. Finn gets demoed from behind. That's going to stop some pressure going for Serrani. As Matthew wants to be set up. It's a weird double commit, so it's not the best looking defense from Serrani. Fades just straight misses, and yet is able to recover before a shot comes through.
Fades off the wall. Passes it to Morse. They're keeping this pressure right now, which is a plus. It's better than what we've seen out of them, but still no goal-scoring chances just yet.
Yeah, as we see him come back to the other side. Morse wants to find someone, but instead finds Finn. That's Matthew. Bumped him off the play. Pagsy's underneath. Shot. Goal. Morse just gave up.
That was too easy. What happened here?
Morse just... all I saw was a stationary Morse, and I think... I mean... Okay, yeah, he was just out of position and couldn't get there in time. Wasn't going to get there.
That was sick by Finn, though. I didn't know how he had that flip there, and I think his opponents thought the same, and you're right, Morse just so confused, turned the wrong way when this was left in the dust.
There we go. Morse. Gonna miss. Pagsy. Oh, so we're going to miss again as well, so we're going to go from corner to corner. Let's see what Fades can bring. That's Finn. Pagsy wants to read. Not quite going to get there.
Quite. Morse forward. Pagsy slows the ball down, but not by choice. He has no boost. Gets dunked, just straight back to Finn.
That's Matthew again, middle of the field. A few minutes left, so there still is time. We don't want to hit the panic button just yet. However, Uncheerful ends. I'm still looking for that something. That magic moment that can tell me, yes, this team has it in them to come back. They need that standout play, but demos against them. Pagsy from underneath doesn't get the touch coming from behind. Fades again is swinging a miss. It's going to turn it into a bump. Fades has been looking a little shaky this third game. Might not matter. Finn wants the double and nearly gets it fast forwards.
That would have been sick. Here comes the follow-up. Fades leaves it back for Finn. It's a beautiful pass, but maybe a bit slow and maybe a bit risky. That is completely open, and Morse gets the goal still.
I mean, it was super open right there. That bump from Matthew really was what set it up. And why did Morse have to steal this away? Because I feel like Matthew did all the work to make it happen. But if that is the catalyst to get the Uncheerful ends back in this game, hey, I'm all for it.
That was sloppy from Serrani. That was a massive overcommit, unneeded. Finn, far too ambitious trying to pass to his teammate. Just take the shot yourself. They may have thrown away the advantage here. It's a tight game. Only one goal in it. Maybe tied up. Now it is. Morse gets the angle.
Yeah, Serrani letting their opponents back in it. Granted, I love that touch from Cheery. It fakes out two defenders and opens the door for Morse. So, tie game, 2:11 left. Finally Uncheerful and showing that form that got them to this final of the Challenger Series. And a kickoff goal takes it all away.
Oh, the kickoff goal. How does this keep happening to all these teams? They turned infield, to be fair. Not the normal mistake we see, but it's just a beautiful 1v1 dribble out of Fades.
Yeah, that was a sick play from Fades. I don't know how many teams actually makes that save right there. A chance to return the favor, though. Matthew off the touch, has Cheery down the middle. Finn gets there, though, and now Fades has a chance to play to a teammate. Pagsy was too far underneath. Fades has to use the boost, gets the reset, wants to go underneath. Morse takes it away from him.
That's Cheery's chance, but hits it past himself. Matthew's awkward. He's the final man back. He's out of boost, but he gets the touch he needed.
Nice little touch, and now Finn will find Fades. Into the corner we go. Fades wants to throw it back to Pagsy. Instead finds Cheery. Finn beats out Matthew. Through the corner we go. Finn wants to keep things in said corner. Cheery goes up high. Morse follows it through. Minute and a half left. Pressure building. You would have to imagine Uncheerful Ends. They need this goal. Matthew open net. Post down. No! You can't miss that. Cheery is up there to follow it up.
Matthew, you said he needed the confidence. It was all because of that cold steal from Morse earlier. Oh, that's brutal.
And now Cheery with a chance. Can't follow it up. Finn's still going to get there. Uncheerful ending. That would be a very uncheerful one if that's why they lose this series. Cheery has a chance. Pagsy's in the goal. What a save!
Avoids the demo. I don't know how he does it. Look, the attack continues. Morse to Matthew, but Pagsy recovers again.
Oh my goodness, that's a good touch from Cheery. Fades from behind though, will force it back into the corner and get underneath. Morse has to slow it down. Two defenders still there. Finn's rotating back on the other side. And the ball goes Finn's way, actually. Should have the backboard read. Ooh, it was a tough one. Still able to get there. Uncheerful Ends. They're throwing everything, kitchen sink included. But nothing, just connecting right now.
Quiet, Cheery off the ceiling. Can't get the dog. Finn is just buying time. And Matthew.
No!
Oh, that is so nasty.
What just happened there, Finn? With the greatest fake I have ever seen. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is tough. How does that get over Matthew? That was an insane flick to get the vertical. That is heartbreaking.
Kickoff. Oh, the demo saves the kickoff goal, and I think it saves this series as well. That is going to do it, Serrani. They are going to win this one out unless, something really crazy happens right here, right now. Cheery just drives it straight into Finn. It's not coming together, Jake. It's going to be Serrani with the sweep. They're going back to the Gauntlet. Yeah, I thought maybe. No, it's not. Yeah, it's Serrani. Lock it in. Put it through. They are going to take on the Gremlins tomorrow.
Wow, new roster, no problem. Serrani get it done in even more dominant fashion here with Finn, who had a great series individually. That's to be said.
Oh, that fake. I'm going to remember that one. That was a beautiful play from Finn. But more importantly, it was a beautiful series from Serrani. This team has come through. They are back. They look stronger than they did last week. I'm excited to see if they can make that run, because if this is the lineup that we're going to be seeing moving forward, it's that weird mix of consistency with players like Finn, who are used to getting up there, plus excitement with, newer players who have been showing up more and more at that level as well. I mean, Pagsy, this was a really strong series from him. I can be critical of Pagsy at times, not today. Pagsy looked good. And Fades is that exciting young and up-and-comer where we want to see how far this young guy can go. So, this was a lot of fun.
Fades looked awesome. He was playing so quick, so aggressively. Got some fun goals as well. So let's see if they can pull it off in the Gauntlet tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see how far they can go. Obviously, the Gremlins are always kind of that benchmark team that you want to beat. Well, they're going to get their chance against the Gremlins in a best-of-7, which is always, what you want to do. It will always be that fun time right now. What are our thoughts on today, though? Do we think the Serrani team can make that run?
It feels like they haven't been tested yet. I mean, 2 3-0s for them. Uncheerful Ends looked good. I mean, that Gaming Gamers win was massive, but maybe the style difference, I'm not sure. It felt like that grand final should have been closer, but Serrani just ran away with it.
Yeah, Serrani really did, but they also ran away with their series against Odium as well. It's why I'm looking at the Serrani team and thinking, okay, these guys are a top 4 team probably. They are a team that can make that run in the Gauntlet, and what a run they have to make, because normally when you're thinking, all right, Gauntlet runtime, you're not going into Power Game 2. That probably wasn't on the cards, but with the performance that we saw from the Gospel last week, I mean, that's the world we live in now.
Power gotta step it up, man. I mean, that is brutal, though. I mean, whoever wins, Gremlins and Serrani, I mean, that's what it takes, though. I mean, that does look like the top 3 in OCE right now. Gremlins and Serrani are going to be battling it out to see who deserves to take them on.
And, I don't want to I don't want to wish ill on the Gremlins, but I do want to see if Serrani can be that team that can crack into that top 3 and really make it look like we have an established top 4. Because from what we've seen from the Gremlins, they aren't at that same level as those other 3 teams yet. But all that they need is a deep run as well. Like, they've been getting chances to do it. It's going to be another chance for them. All you need is that one magic day, make that deep run. It could be the Gremlins day tomorrow as well.
They certainly feel like they're outside that top 3, but with the potential on the right day at the right time to make a big run. But Serani, it's going to be their first proving ground, so we'll see if they can do it as well.
Yeah, we'll see if they have that ability to go through and make it. That said, if you want to get involved, if you've been watching today and you feel like, oh my gosh, these players, I saw, open net misses, I saw own goals, I can take them. Well, you have a chance to. You can sign up. The Open is happening tomorrow as well. Signups are still available. That's how you get to the Challenger Series. That's how you get into that Gauntlet. So do look to sign up for the Open. Do look to get yourself involved in it. Furthermore, do make sure to turn in tomorrow as well. Jake and I will be opening the show. I do believe with that Gremlins versus Serani matchup, it's going to be a lot of fun. Same time, same place. Jake, I'm ready for it.
I'm keen. I think it's going to be a close one. We haven't seen Serani tested yet, and I think Gremlins will be up to it.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's going to be a blast. So one last time, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching along, and we'll see you tomorrow.